Oh Lord. Sorry guys. We have a sea of bird, a sea of digital bird, really. Actually, I got a sea of bird to add, I guess. Hang on a second. Let's make it let's up the ante. I forgot. I forgot all about this. Hang on. So let's fill in the cracks. Pull these little sleeves off real quick. Let me see. Where we got a crack over there. That'll work. So I want to muddle out things. We got a space over here. Got a space. Not really a space right there. We'll make one. Space over there. Again, not really a space, but we're gonna make one anyway. Space right over there. I don't even know where to put it. Space right there. Whatever. Call it there. Spot right in there. Uh, Maybe on top of that. That's so precarious. It's ridiculous. Uh, the hilarious thing about this is not even all of my bird stock. It's not. It really is. All right, so we're getting this thing to focus. All right, cool. We're good. So bad hair day, who cares? Late start, who cares? It's just life. That's how this goes. So today we're working on one, trying to hop in here and say hello to you guys. That's the first thing I'm going to work on. Well, maybe. Where's the pause button? Try and get over there. So yeah, we have a slight collection, guys. What do you guys think? We got a few different bird components. That's kind of a question. What do you guys think? What's up, Cruz? How you doing, Mud Duck from Mexico? All right, so let's refresh that one right there. Yeah, we have a very small collection of these digital bird meters. Just a couple. So what do you guys think? Do we have a few of them? Uh, I'm just kind of curious. Is this enough? Do I need to get some more? My my freaking customs battle finally is over. So I had to deal with customs on some daggone meters. Taking a while. Let me just throw a random power cord on one of them right in here. Bam. Turn that one on over there. just just a small collection, guys. What do you guys think? Oh Lord. Okay. So what we got to do is now I've got to go ahead and get these bird meters moved out of the way so I can actually have a bench to work with. My bench is a wreck, but this is just kind of an example. I've had several guys ask me, "Hey, when you got any of these bird meters and these digital birds, and are they in stock? And how can I get them and stuff like that?" The answer is yes. Yes, they're in stock. Yes, you can get them. So let's just answer that. That is an easy answer. Yes. The answer is yes. If you'd like them, I have them. If you want more than one, I have more than one. If you want them put in a digital meter, or excuse me, a bird meter housing, I can do that. If you want to put in a custom housing, I can also do that. Uh, so yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to get these things off of the precarious situations. Got that collection over there. Oh crap, this one's done. I forgot. Not completely done, but that's this one right here. So we could power that one and see that custom housing right there and how that works. Uh, and then we could set that over there. We can pull that off of there, set that out the way. And then we can do also just a normal bird 43 housing. It'll actually be in one of these. I'll show you guys how to do one of these today. Um, but yeah, the bad thing is it's not even the whole shot. There's more over there. And then also more over here. We have bird out the wazoo. Uh, let's move the TikTok video. Yeah, you guys can see there's more over that way. And then it's more. Well, I'm blocking it there, so whatever. Let's move it back to the bench. Something like that should be fine. Let's back the rest of these up. Yeah, no, bwinsrfsupply.com. Sorry, Biz. They are absolutely 100% available. Okay, let's finish up. I've got several of these to build today. Apparently somebody on YouTube thinks that I'm not offering these. They don't think it's real because I got too many of them. What do you guys think? You guys think it's legit? All right, so I'm gonna grab uh a box real quick. Give me just a second. I need to get some foam. It's not the best way to put lots and lots of money, but I need some protective foam to protect my layers. So I can get the next layer in. Yeah. Somebody on YouTube doesn't believe this is real. All right. Hey, that's cool. Don't hurt my feelings. All right. Thanks for liking the live. Appreciate you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. We're putting some of these meters away. This one's already ready to go. I'm not going to put any of those away yet. I'll just put away the ones that are not quite ready yet. The ones that you guys saw me do it just the other day. All I did was install the power strip and set the supply on the meter. It's not a lot of work, but it is something that has to be done before they go out the door. So if you guys would like any, let me know. I have a small collection. If you guys would like to see, let me hook up this one real quick. I want to show you. Give me just a second. Grab a plug. It's going to be right here. All right. So this is the battery pack units. If you guys wanted to know about them. So if you wanted to run these, that's how they set up like this. This is a battery charger. It's a little bit bigger than my other setup right here. So it's got a battery on the back side of the unit and runs like that. My USB-C units are just like this and just have a simple USB-C. These do not cut on without external power. These right here have an internal power source and you recharge them. So it gives you an idea of what they have available. Hopefully this thing is focused. I'm gonna make sure it's actually focusing in on the shot. But yeah, if you guys would like something, let me know. If you want any, they are available. Got several more to put away. I just gotta find them all. They're in different spots throughout. I'm just finding more over here. Here. All right, that's all. That should be one. No, two, ready. Nope, nope, it's not ready to go. And that should be good enough for this box. This box is full of digital bird. Now we're gonna grab another box and we're gonna fill up our regular bird. So I've got the ring, the sleeves, the bushings, and everything for the original bird right here. I think I'm gonna start putting a separate bin together for that. One analog bird put away. So we'll show you guys how these things are put together in just a second. I've got to get my bench back in order to be able to work. So just a couple minutes, and then you'll see how this stuff works. Oh, an extra digital. I'll just fix that one later. So, see more. One, two, All right, these meters housings, I'm going to move aside. This is the triple housing right here. This is the double housing right here. And this is the single housing right here. So let's grab all my triples. One. I got to leave one over here because it's got to put together. 1, 2, 3, 4. A little precarious when you get 4 tall. It's sideways. I'll just leave it 3 tall. Then we got to get our doubles. One. I think I got to leave one double over here. I'm pretty sure it needs to be done. Singles. Take our singles back over here. 1, 2, 3. Move our singles over. 1. Double over there. This another single. Dang it. Another single. Put it away. So I had a couple guys asking about their meters, and I've got typically it's about 2.5 week wait, but I didn't post out a mass post telling everybody that hey it'll take you about 2.5 weeks. So right now I'm working on like 7 or 8 days, and I'm gonna go ahead and just do some 7, 8 day ones rather than 2.5 weeks because I did not announce it beforehand, and it doesn't take a whole lot of work for me to make these. So I'll go ahead and make them for the customers so they're not sitting there waiting, expecting something faster than what I promised. Even though I didn't promise anything, it's just rather have somebody happy than upset with me. Grab some parts. Right here. Pin right here. So you. It's an 8. That's what I do. Been a wild ride the past couple days, guys. Working on all kinds of stuff, putting stuff together. So put that over there. I bought some extras. So I'll just use this one. It's fine. I've got a bunch of these, but let's just use this one. Let's zoom in so you guys can see what we're doing. So we're going to work on this meter to the left. So let's zoom into the meter to the left. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Something like that should be fine. Zoom in a little bit more right here. I guess I can show you guys the final product while I'm working. So who cares? Evening. Meter itself is 320. So if you check on my website, it is dwinsrsupply.com, and they are 320 for those. All right, questions? You guys, hey, good evening, Hitachi. Waving a hand. Hope you're doing well. If anybody else has said anything, I apologize. Definitely comment and say your stuff again, and I'll try to respond to you. What is that over here? I already said hello to Mr. Cruz. Hello, Enrice. Hello, Sly. Hello, Nongam. Nongaman. I don't know how you say that name. Waving a hand, guys. Hope you guys are doing well. So this is the digital bird meters. Got quite a few of these. I've sent quite a few on the road, but hey, it's okay to have a collection. I had an issue with customs for a while. And it was just a pain in the neck getting these things in. And I just kept getting more meters in. So now I have a collection. You got like a bird meter, analog or digital, I sell them all. All right. So right here. So so for the guys who've asked, do these things fit and how well do they fit? I have not had any issues with any of them really being loose. To be quite honest with you, I had one customer sent me a message and asked like if they're supposed to be loose. Um, but overall with mine, like everyone that I put in, I have had zero issues so far. Give me just a second. I gotta find my pick sitting right over here. There's my pick. So, da-da-da-da-da. Go ahead and get some more screws in here. Hello, Shadow. Hope you're doing well. Vian Mitchell. Yo, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. We're working on these digital birds right here. They're a digital add-on to the Bird 43. They'll read peak, they'll read average, they'll read 2 times and 4 times multiplier. So that they will so 1000 watt slug right here. According to what I've tested so far, if I put this 1000 watt slug in place, set it on the 1000 setting, I can check from 1000 to 4000 watts normally. And then as far as the resolution, I've been able to go as little as 10 watts on a 10,000 watt slug. So that is on a 1000 watt slug. So that's pretty wild, to be honest. So it's not going to be the right size for this. I need to get my other. Where did I put my sockets at? I just set them over here, didn't I? Ah, there they are. Found them. Cool. 2, 3. This is the one. There's the digital. I don't have the battery add-on, I don't think, on the digital bird yet. I need to put the battery add-on as an option. I've got the battery add-on as the on the movement itself. Can't do that. I gotta rotate this around this way. That, but I do not have the battery add-on on just the meter. Be careful whenever you put these meters together because the way it's laid out is opposite of the way the bird is laid out. So don't just assume that you can plug it in the exact same position. It's got a blatantly obvious plus and minus. So you got to pay attention to that. Just to be quite honest with you, it's messed me up on a couple occasions because I'm taking these things apart quickly. All right. So from here, just to go ahead and check it, make sure everything turns on, does what it's supposed to do. If you were to install these yourself, like I said, you could buy the movement itself for just 320, and you could convert your own bird. If you wanted to ship your bird in, I would take your meter movement in on trade, and I would do it for you for the same 320. If you, all right. So everything's good on this one. You can check PEP, you can check average. If you want to change your element real quick, you push element, you push select. If you want to change the size of the element, you change the rating. The element that we have over here currently, it's not for this customer right here, but I'll show you in general. So the element we have right here is a 1000 watt element right here. So we'll set it on the 1 scale. And it's not 100 on magnitude, it's 1000 on magnitude. So 1 kW. Set it for 1 kW right there. I could pull the screen protector off. Don't feel like all the little shiny you're seeing on there. It's just a screen protector. I could set the microampere. We're using a regular line section, so that's 30 microampere. And I select use. If I want to keep that on there, what I'm going to do is go over here and click save and save that config. I click right there and it'll say save, and say save config. I push yes, and it says save config. I'm not saving that because I don't know what this customer runs. So 1000 watt average and PEP. There's 1000 watt PEP. It normally sets on a 2-time scale. If you want to go to the 4-time scale, you go to measurement. You push range right there, and it says 4x right there, and you push 4x. So yeah, that's how it sets up right there. I've got a couple words to speak with the manufacturer, and there might be another update coming up pretty soon. So we'll go from there. So from here, I've got to go ahead and run this power out external on the meter so that somebody can take their normal USB-C charger for their phone or any sort of USB-C device whatsoever, and it'll work just fine. On the other end, ideally, if you're going to do it and be safe every time with it working properly, you're going to want one of these jacks right here. If you see that right here, I'll get this thing to focus. Hang on, let me change this. There we go. Touch that screen right there. Maybe it's focused. I don't know. Nope. I don't know how to get it to focus, but whatever. We'll get it to focus down there. You guys can see far enough, so I'm going to pull the back side of this plug up so you guys can see what it is. USB-C or USB-A right here is the other jack you want. That's the side you want on your wall wart right here, on your battery pack right here, or on your cigarette lighter plug. Just a simple USB-A. The reason it does that is because it would automatically put out the proper voltage every time. If you get the fancier USB-C with a higher power delivery levels, they have to have like a handshake, so it might not pick up the right voltage and it might not turn on your meter. It doesn't mean that it's not going to. They just said it might not. So if you have any power issues, it's because you got a fancy charger on there. Don't put a fancy charger on there. You can get a price on my RF supply. Right now, sometimes the elements are, I sell new elements or used elements. This used element right here specifically is $220. I stand behind all of my elements and all my parts. So it's gonna work no matter what, whenever you get it. But the element's 220. The meter in a meter housing like this is 525. If you just get it just like this with no housing, it's 320 if you was to get it. They will power on just the same. There's no difference, except one's just in a housing with a line section. Sorry, I'm not in the right shot. My bad. But yeah, it powers on just the same. On-off switch is still on top, so you can still, even when you're powering it on with external power, you still have the ability to turn it on and off right up top. So I'm just showing you guys how that works. I sell them on my RF supply on my website. It's dwinsrfsupply.com. That's where you can purchase it at. We're going to go ahead and drill our hole real quick. I got to make a measurement with a caliper and line this up. I think I'm going to tell you guys the measurements. I think it's probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's get one first. Let's get a good measurement. Shipping, depending on where you're at, it's probably going to be between. Oh, there's another analog bird. Let me put that up. Ship in, depending on where you're at, anywhere in the continental U.S., I could ship it for $20. And that's including insurance. If you're outside the U.S., then there's custom quotes that apply from there. I think I quoted somewhere to the UK for like $35 though, so it wasn't like it's that expensive. No problem. I appreciate the interest. Okay, so from here we've got to take our back plate and let's make some measurements real quick. So what we're going to do is grab right here and see how this lines up. Sorry, I was trying to look at everybody's messages, make sure I'm not being disrespectful or rude to people. I try my best to answer everybody's messages. I don't try to be the dude who's out here ignoring people. All right, hang this off the edge, something like that. 42 at a minimum from the top of here. So something like that. I mean, 42 at a minimum, right? So that will put me pretty dang close to hitting that. Cool. So now we know that. So now we have to do another measurement. The other measurement is going to be an inside edge measurement. I don't really care about that so much. It's what I care about at the bottom of that. So this is enough to clear. Cool thing is this measurement and this measurement's exactly the same. So, oh, sorry. You got a fairly large gap right there. So I'm putting it super light on there. Now I need to measure the depth of this. So the depth of this right here is going to be around 15. Let's just say 15 to be safe. 15 get me to the inside of this edge right here. 15 right there. Now we want to see how much distance there is between here there. Actually, let's not even go that far. Let's back off to where we want to hit this. There we go. That's 35. So we take our same measurement right here, right to 35. So now we have a pretty large gap right here in the middle, up there, down there, over there, over there. So anywhere in this little window right here is a safe window to put connections. So what I'm going to do is I'm pretty much just going to hit in the center of it. That way I have plenty of extra room to do whatever I need to do whenever I need to do it. So my punch is going to be right here. So we're picking in between here, up here, up here. Anywhere in the middle, it's fine. We got a pretty good window to work with. I'll scoot it over closer to the back. Go. Now we're set. So we need to go for physical size. I tried to argue a little bit the other day. I think it was with Chuck. He was giving some good suggestions. I had told him a measurement, and there's definitely a 64th of an inch that works pretty good. But not everybody's got the 64th. So about a 7/16 should do just fine as far for the whole size. So don't get super particular with it. It's not really beneficial. So my 7/16 is one of these ridges on this little step bit right here. And I'm just gonna drill it right on the step bit. I'm gonna have to deal with some shavings in the floor. One more question, 250 and a 500 slug. How much is a piece? 250-watt slug is 100, and if I've got them used, not new. New is more. If I've got them used, 250 is one. No, excuse me. Yeah, 250 is 180, and a 500 is no. Yeah, 180 and 180, I believe. It's possible one of those is 160. I'd have to go check my website. I try to pass the savings on along whenever I can, but also at the same time, I try to make sure I stand behind whatever I sell. So try to make sure I get a good deal to you guys, but also I'm not doing it for free. I'm trying to make sure it's something I can put my name behind. Oh, I forgot. This is all fine and dandy, but that the end of that bit somehow got dull, even though it's a new bit. It irritates the fool out of me. So I've got to start this with something else. Trying to go easy with it is simply because you don't want to go too deep and make a mistake. Even though there's nothing behind here, see, still safe, but it's not good practice. Be careless. Deburr. There we go. Now, here. Gotta get this off the end of this. No problem. Radio, appreciate you, man. Radio Lifer. Where? Well, oh, wait. We're not pausing the live. Sorry about that. That was my mistake. Apparently, what is it? Android's trying to update my phone. What's up, David? Hope you're doing well, man. What was that again? Saying the live was paused? No, it was just it was trying to update my device while I was live. Website is dwinsrfsupply.com. So if you have any questions, you can also on the dwinsrfsupply.com. I have a really cool feature on the website. What's up, 655 in the Carolinas? Hope you're doing well, man. I have a cool feature on the website it's called Text Us. So you can send me a text message and you can ask me any question you would like on the website. I didn't actually offer that feature. It's something my website actually gave me. So that's pretty cool. So you can click Text Us on the website and you can message me with your questions if you don't know exactly what to order, you're confused or whatever. Or if the website's being a pain in the neck and you just would rather me send you an invoice, do it that way, and I can send you an invoice. Do I ever sleep? Yeah, no, I wish I did. I got work to do. I can sleep when I'm dead. No, isn't that what somebody said on a movie or something? Good evening, Aaron. Hope you're doing well, man. Working on some digital birds. I've got to get these out here because I got people asking about them. I didn't quote times on doing the digital birds, so because of that, it kind of puts me in a precarious situation. Nothing like crazy or nothing bad, but more along the lines of, hey, when are you going to get my meter done? Because I never told them a time on how long it would take. So rather than have a bunch of unsatisfied, not really a bunch, but rather than have some unsatisfied customers, I would rather just go ahead and take a little bit of extra time and go ahead and build the bird meters. And then I'll quote the time for everybody else. Time as far as wait time for everybody in the future, just so you guys know, probably around 2 weeks to get a bird meter out. If you order a movement, I can ship it out within like a week. You got to give me a little bit of time because this my RF supply is an evening time operation. All right, that is good to go. So this meter is ready to go. Of course, you could run it with a 1,000-watt slug, but that customer didn't get one. So, ta-da-da. Now, see if I made a mistake. I did not. Last couple I had to notch because I put them a little bit too high. So these I don't have to do nothing with. Grab some screws. Let's go ahead and do another bird so I can be done with that one too. Where's my drill at? Take a battery quick. Yeah, lately my RF supply has been like, I don't know, 3, 4 in the morning, pretty much every morning. It is what it is. All right, no problem. Appreciate you, man. So these cool. So I've got a collection of these things, like I said, going out. That's the digital bird. There we go. Good to go. This one's ready to go to its new owner. Let's check these plugs real quick just because. Let's see if they're okay. That's the wrong end. Where's bother? You and you. Where's the other two? Way over here. Oh, they're attached to the back of the meter. That won't work. Let's grab another one real quick. That's fine. These are free. I'm not charging for these. They're normally $25 a piece. So I'm literally giving those away for free right now, temporarily. In the future, they will start costing money. But right now, it is what it is. I've got to get these things out the door. So this one's going to its new owner. I got to pack it up this evening after I'm finished with my live. Let's get another digital bird. Where is it at? Right here. This one's got end connectors on the side. We're not going to be doing the end connectors that'll get changed out to UHF. Also, there's a little bit of adhesive on the top. If I had some cleaner, I could clean it off. But it's got some on the side too. I've got some cleaner somewhere. I just don't know where it's at. I'm gonna try something real quick. I don't really have what I need, but I'm gonna use this. Go. This is the wrong one material, but we'll try. Nope, that one didn't work. Where's my other one at? Different material. See if it cleans it off. Nope. All right, I'll fiddle with this later. I'm gonna try to clean this up before it goes. I got some goof off or goo gone somewhere. It doesn't really matter. It's just literally some adhesive. But this is a nice clean meter, like the other one. I'm trying to get as many clean meters as possible. Customers, just because I like having a pretty looking meter. If somebody sends a picture or shows somebody a meter they got from me, I want to get the clean ones. Uh, Only so many of those exist for a reasonable cost. So it's just something we'll have to watch out for. At some point in time, the meters are going to dry up for this kind of money. The assembled meters, that is. Now, the movements are still going to be the same cost. I'll never charge. I won't. Well, as long as I can maintain my pricing, I won't charge any extra for them. Uh, there's no promises of that staying that way forever. So if you want one, definitely order it sooner rather than later. All right, let's get this one in. Yeah, the end. There's nothing wrong with the end. It's an excellent connector. It's just these specific customers are all N guys, or excuse me, are all UHF guys. I'll sell N connectors or UHF or DEN connectors or LC. It doesn't matter to me. If you're an N kind of guy, I've got a boatload of connectors for you. So if you want a bird, I will absolutely give you some N connectors for free. I won't charge you the $25 at all. Because I've got probably I think 100 N connectors right now on these right here. All right, so all right. No upper camera. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you, Sneaker Scope. Yeah, it's hang on, let's see. Let's watch this. You'll find me there, buddy. What's going on here? All right, at about 1 hour in on the live, we got to figure out how far we are in. Can anybody tell me how long we've been live for? Look, check out that little camera. It's good most of the time, but every once in a while that booger will say, "Where'd you go?" All right, back to work. Sorry, we're playing around on YouTube and Facebook. Yes, you can convert your own meter. I'm in the process of converting this one. So watch it and do it. It don't hurt my feelings. I'll sell you the movement by itself. There's no problem here. I'm not like, if you guys haven't seen many of my videos, I'm not much of a guy to kind of hold back from you guys too much. There's definitely some stuff I'm not going to tell you or show you just simply because it's hurting my own business. But if it doesn't directly damage my own business, then I'm probably going to show you guys how to do it because I mean, for one, maybe you would appreciate it and maybe you will like what I'm doing for you and appreciate me more. Two, I'm not trying to hold all the RF information hostage to everybody where nobody can understand how to do any of this stuff. Um, I don't want to be that type of person because I don't want when I die the all the RF secrets in the world are gone. Blah blah blah. I'm not saying all that I know everything, but there's some individuals that are like that. Some very very smart individuals, and it's kind of a sad thing. Now, absolutely, there will be some trade secrets that the family gets uh, that nobody else gets, but hey, that's life. I'll try to share as much with you guys as possible. So, this is, if you stick around for long enough, non-domain, you can watch me do another one. I know you've been in here for a minute, so you should have seen me do the other one. This is off, that is on, right there. Now, if you guys want to do the battery unit, the cool thing about the battery unit, the way it sets up, let me give you guys a little picture and let's show you how it works. The battery unit, if you decided to get one of those, the way it's going to set up, it'll unhook right here. It'll go in right here. And then it'll twist in right there. So now the battery unit is currently installed. It's got a battery charger. It runs off the battery internally, blah, 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 blah. That's how it works. So it does not require any sort of external power source as far as like drilling a hole or anything. The non-powered units, I have to drill a hole, and that's how they set up. 40 minutes on Facebook. Thank you very much. If it's 40 minutes exactly, that means at, what is that? 20, let's just say 25. At 45 after, I have got to pass my puzzle on TikTok. If you guys don't mind, please remind me at 45 minutes after the hour, whatever hour you're on, it'll be the same. Please remind me to pass my puzzle. It'll probably come up at 47 after, but still. Here in the world. There it is. All right. Let me go grab something real quick. Oh, I know what I can use. I can use this. Where are they at? That's unfortunate. I cleaned up. Not really. I didn't clean up. I moved something somewhere else in my shop. Unfortunately, that means that it's now missing for the foreseeable future until I dig back and find it again. So I see if my little camera followed me the whole way. It did. It followed. How good did that camera follow me on YouTube and Facebook, guys? Evening time, high stepper, waving a hen. We working on a bunch of bird. You missed the big collection that I had earlier. I had quite a few of them sitting out here. I think I have currently in stock probably, I don't know, around 40 of these things. Maybe not quite 40, probably 36 or something like that. There we go. That's the one. That's the one that cleans it up. Some adhesive remover that's worked out pretty well for me is just normal WD-40. Now, whether it's good for every adhesive, I don't know. One I'm using right now, it works out pretty well. The reason I like it is it doesn't seem like it's too aggressive on the paint, and I'm not trying to repaint a bird beater. I mean, at some point in time, I can get a powder coater to grab a bunch of these and powder coat them and make them look nice and pretty, but it's just not my thing. It costs money, it takes time, and it's just I don't know. I don't have the one thing I don't have right now is time. I need to get these things out the door as quickly as possible so I can get more of them done. Because I got more coaxes that I got to get done too, guys. I got 2 7/8 harnesses to do. I got 1, 2, 3 half-inch flex harnesses to do. I've got a bunch of RG400 to do. We got work. Got to get busy. Dig it up. We're just cleaning this up. I'll read your guys' comments in just a second. Give me a moment. It cleaned up pretty good. It is like not perfect by any means. None of these meters are brand new. Yeah, I got yeah, inch and 5/8 right there. I got 7/8 right there. I've got half-inch flex right there. I've got some half-inch Teflon right there. What else do I got? Some RG218 right there. If I can get it to stay still, probably won't. RG218 right there. And then I don't know. I got half-inch hardline, some other stuff around too, somewhere, but I'm not digging it all out. That's some of the coax that I sell. RG400 I also sell, which is right here. Some RG400. I'm using that one specifically as some sample line. So let's finish our measurement, do the same thing. So let's use this as a guide. Let's use the last one that we just did as a guide, and we'll measure and see what we need to do. So this will give you guys a decent measurement to work with. So if you guys like the video, please feel free to tap the screen. It definitely helps me a lot on TikTok. It suggests my video to more people. It's a 48. I wonder if you can get away with 50. Just say 50. 50 millimeters from the top. I'm going to do 48 because I did 48 on this one. 23 millimeters there. So 48 from the top, 23 millimeters from this side. And that'll get you your measurement that you need. So me personally, I'm going to do 49. Oh, excuse me, 50 is what I said. I'm sorry. So 50 and 20. What was it? Can I get away with 20 for you guys? I think 50 and 20 should be fine. If you hit the edge, I'm sorry, you'll have to knock the edge off a little bit, but whatever. 50 and 20 should be a good number for you guys to work. Just so you have a nice even number to play with. Me personally, just so I can match something else that I previously did, I'm going to do 49, pretty much. $49 and 20, 49, 21, 21. So I'd like to hit similar numbers to what I was at before. Okay. I don't want to have the meter like just the holes in a much different spot, but I'd say those numbers should be pretty darn good for you guys. 50 and 20 should be a good place to be. Now, let's do our drill bit. This is if you do the non-battery unit. If you go ahead and pony up and buy the battery unit, or with a battery on it, you will not have to put a single hole in it at all. So all you will have to do is just take up one of your batteries, one of your slug slots. So if you are a purist and do not want a single hole in your bird meter, buy the one with the battery. You guys didn't know? Yes, I'm gonna have to clean up my floor after this. It is what it is. I do this for you guys. I would normally drill at a different spot, but I'm drilling right here on my bench, just simply so you guys can hang out. All right. So, chamfering tool right here. Thank you guys for tapping the screen. Appreciate you, Radio Lifer. You guys are cool, man. It's absolutely talk the 3-speed on 26. Hey, man, 6-1 Grease Monkey. Sorry I missed you. Let me go over here and see what you said. Still got Carolina conditions. Dang it, man. Too bad I got more freaking work, man. It sucks. You cost me money to not order that colossal and copy that high stepper, man. Hey, it's the way to go, man, for sure. Yeah, it's the way to go. So let's clean this up. Like this. Go through here. Hello, hello, radio amateur. Hope you're doing well. Let me go down here so I can see what the heck's going on. Where's my recent events site? Uh, uh, how do I get off of this? No. Whatever. I can't see you subscribed, but thank you guys for subscribing on YouTube. Thank you guys for following me on Facebook and everything. Yeah, up at a silly hour. Yeah, absolutely. Same here. I can't say nothing about being up late. All right, so we got to get these things finished. Hope everybody's enjoying their radio today. All right, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and tighten this thing up on the backside. You guys can see how it's done. What I like to do is just use the USB-C to kind of hold it in place. You can't Hercules it, or you can, of course, damage something. So don't be ridiculous when you're tightening it up. That's why I'm not putting a nut on it. Trying to twist it on the USB-C, cannot twist it, and I did what I was supposed to do. If you try to do it by hand, you couldn't get enough grip on it. That's why I use the USB-C. You can never get enough of your RF. There you go. That's the type of people I like right there. Eat, sleep, and breathe it. No, I enjoy radio. It's fun. I enjoy building. I enjoy all this stuff. So let's go ahead and put the back cover on this. This is tightened in place. This is tightened in place. This is good to go. So we'll go ahead and pull this. Now this has an extra hole, but that's a free hole. It doesn't cost the customer nothing. I gave it to him for free. It's a joke, obviously. All right. Sometimes these meters come with holes in them. I can't do nothing about it. It's what it is. It's the cleanest meter that I can offer for this kind of money. That is. Now, power it on. Take a look at it. So now this one right here will read peak. It will read average. We can go into measurement right here. We can change our range. It'll read 2 times and it'll read 4 times. If we were to measure an element, somebody asked how big of an element this can go. Click rating right here. We change it up to the highest scale, which is 9.5. We go to 9.5 right here. We go up all the way to the max. That's 950 kW. So now we are currently using a 950 watt element. We'll change excuse me. We'll change our, I want to change it that way. Element, just change it right here, UA. Change our UA top to 100 UA. Now we have 100 UA. If they made a 950 kW element, it would read up to 4 times that, which would be 3.8 megawatts. Now, if we were to run the biggest element that is currently available on the market, we're going to change our rating down to 2.5. The biggest slug I've ever seen is going to be a 250,000 watt slug. So the highest measurement that I've ever seen that could be measured with this meter in average or peak is 1 megawatt. That is with an element that is currently available on the market. For anybody wondering what it could run a lot. Let's just say that way. I did not save that preset, so now I go back to elements right here, and none of the elements are set. So if you ever want to set an element, you have to click save and save the config, just like that. Save, yes, for saving the config. That's how it works. This one's good to go, ready to go to its new owner too. So I got 2 digital birds finished. Let's skip whatever else needs to be finished real quick. Now, there's a couple things I'm not going to be able to finish, but we will see real quick. Give me just a second. Let me look at my orders. So let's go to orders right here. So, man, I need pictures. I don't like this. Okay, we got 1 digital bird for this customer right here. This customer got a custom, what did he get? This customer got a custom bird housing, so this customer's not, this customer got the triple bird meter set up. He got, it's triple right here, is what his is. He's not going to be done for a while though. I got stuff to finish before he is. That's a digital bird. This right here's another digital bird. So that's 2 digital birds taken care of. 1, 2 done. This is coax. This is also, no. This customer wants to do this right here. This is this customer's meter right here. He will currently own it, but I still have to build him something else. This customer ordered an extra piece. He ordered a sample line, so I have to build another sample line for that one. That's the only reason the reason this customer's waiting at all right now. So I'll have to build some sample line for that one, and this customer will be done. This customer's coax. This customer right here is more coax. This customer right here is more coax also. This customer right here, the dual line section, I got to get him finished pretty soon. This one's coax also. This one is a dual digital bird meter. So this customer right here currently owns this meter right here, this double digital bird meter. It's going to have custom sample line coming out the back. Now this customer right here owns this one that I just finished up the other day. Just to show you guys an example of how this works and how I do these. Let's move this right here out of the way. What's up, Wesley? Waving a hand, man. Thank you for liking the work, man. It's absolutely appreciated. You guys are awesome. So let's line this up right here. So I've got a bunch of extra tail on this wire, and because this is a painted, I didn't do my puzzle. Nobody warned me on the puzzle. No? Alright, my puzzle got killed, so I gotta restart my live real quick. So, yeah, my puzzle kicked me off. The live is. So, what time is it? 45 after? I said 45 after. That was when I needed to do my puzzle. And that is absolutely correct. I did not do my puzzle, and I just got kicked off my TikTok live. So now we're live on TikTok again. It's time to go back. Oh, Lord, that's funny. whatever, it is what it is. So go back to my own live, which is going to be down here. Click this right there and get into the live. View profile, click the live. All right, cool. My big head's in the way, but whatever. Who cares? So now the way a digital meter works right here is you'll plug up power to this unit right here. You'll turn that on, and that's how it'll set up. It is tethered to power, so you unplug it right there, and you lose power right there. What's up, Aiden? Hello, hello. You turn it off right there, turn it on right there. The way it's set up right here, let me go ahead and bottom this out real quick. What are you doing? I don't have any Windex to clean this off with. Will it work with this? Water? I don't think it will work with water. So, Radio Lifer, thanks for finding me again. I didn't pass my puzzle. If I don't pass a puzzle within an hour on TikTok, then it automatically kills my live. So this meter is messing up. I don't know why specifically, but it's pretty easy to go ahead and swap it out. So what I'm going to do is put a new housing on it real quick. I'm going to do that now. This is a custom remoted housing, so I can take off this sample line right here. This is sample line to go in to the bird dual line section that is way away from here, about 10 foot away. And that sample line then screws into this connection right here that screws into the side of the line section. So that allows you to take a remoted line section like this. It won't look like this, but it'll look similar to that, and run this way over there and hook it up just like that. I don't have any line sections sitting in front of me, so I can't show you guys. But let's disconnect this. No, it wasn't your fault. It was literally my own live. I didn't pass my puzzle, so it kicked me out of my own video. Yeah, I did miss my puzzle. I wonder if he told you. I want. Let me go back and look. I'm gonna go look. Gonna miss my puzzle. I already missed my puzzle. It kicked me out my live. All right, whatever. TikTok, if you don't at an hour in on a live, if you don't say that you're live, because the way that I do these videos, you guys are over there, right? So I'm this far away from you guys to be able to actually talk. I know they're all gone. 90% of them was you, Radio Lifer. Thank you, man. I think the most I got on TikTok for likes was I think 100,000 likes. So I appreciate all you guys. Tap the screen. It is very, very appreciated. On Facebook and YouTube, they don't really kind of judge me that way, but TikTok is very particular. They judge it based off of how many people like the video and all kinds of stuff on whether they suggest it to more people. So it is appreciated when you guys tap the screen. If you guys like it on Facebook and YouTube, that's also nice because it will also suggest the videos to you later. So if you like what you're seeing, definitely click the like on the screen. And yeah, appreciate you guys. So this is a pretty easy swap over. I'll show you guys how this works. All we're gonna do, try not to rip my fingers up. Take these right here out. And up underneath this connection right here. So we're swapping the analog meter out because this meter is not dropping all the way to the bottom of the scale. It's just a reflex lug, but I mean, that's important to me. I don't want to be inaccurate whenever I'm doing stuff. All right. Thank you guys for, like I said, liking the video. Thanks for watching the video. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Now, let's back that off here. Out. Line this up. Move this out of the way. I need this one, I think. Nope, it's not my 8. Where's my 9 at? Get a random freaking 9 here. Just so happens to be that one. Okay, so now we need our handy dandy ratchet. It's gonna be right here. Get all the way up in there. And I'm tightening, let's loosen. So, thank you guys. Appreciate it for sure. What's up, Big Rob? What's up, Ty? What's up, William? What's up, Carl? What's up, DJ? Laredo, Trenton. Hope you guys are doing well. Wesley, hello, hello. Adam, hello. High Stepper, hello. Thank you guys for hanging out, watching these videos, man. It's absolutely appreciated. If you guys enjoy it, feel free to follow me and or click subscribe, whichever platform you're on. All right, so I'll have to plug that back in. I unplugged the DC plug over there, but it's easy enough to put back in. Off and off. This I'll deal with later. Got to figure out what the heck's going on with the movement. But luckily, I've got more. So I think one of these will do. That's a pretty nice one. Yeah, it's pretty nice. That feels. And they're all Simpson movement. Simpson or Weston movements. Don't really matter. That's a nice looking. I'll on it. So what I have to do here is be super careful. And pull this whole assembly off. Just like this. Even trying to maintain the sticky if I can. I don't know. I'm going to stick it on another movement just so I don't have to worry about it losing a lot of its stick. I'll just very lightly stick it on another movement. There we go. Now we have another prepped movement. We got to clean up a little bit of this nasty around the edges. And this is what happens when you're dumb. Let's see if I can buy with that. Now, if you mess around too much and you don't hit this thing with Windex or something, it'll create a lot of static and it'll pull the movement up. So be careful when you're doing that. Just try not to be super aggressive with it. All right, so we'll zoom out just a smidge for Facebook and YouTube land. You guys can see what I'm doing. I think TikTok can see me pretty good. Yeah, you guys are fine. All right, so yeah, it's fine. We've called that. All right, so let's swap this housing. We're putting in another analog bird meter right here. Gonna line up all the screw holes, so you don't want to tighten up any of them just yet. You want to make sure everything lines up first. Thank you guys for the likes over there on YouTube. It's awesome. Appreciate you guys. It's definitely definitely moving the like little heart counter up. So that's really all I can ask. I have a lot of guys that try to do the gifts and stuff like that on TikTok. I appreciate it, but I really don't need it. If I needed anything on TikTok, just the likes and the shares. Because I don't need money. I'm making money off this stuff. It would be nice is if more people saw the video. That's really what makes me that's really what I appreciate. I've had somebody, I had somebody send me one of them. I don't know, it wasn't a universe, it was like the galaxy thing. Yeah, it's still like $10, but thank you. I appreciate it for sure, but that's really, really not what I'm asking for. If you guys want to do anything nice for me, just share the video, like the video, just tap the screen. All right, we're working on, I think tapping the screen costs a lot less than the gifts. Not quite sure, but I think it does. All right, so. Ouch. Let's find my handy dandy little Nipex pliers sitting right over here. So once you're working with some of these nuts, you gotta be careful. Nice and tight. Next. So this is a digital and analog bird meter. So you can do both. If you guys were not aware of that, you can do a digital for like your forward reading power, and you can do an analog for your reflect reading power. So to see how much power is coming back, you are capable of doing both. So loosen this off right here. And sometimes these things use a different backing nut, so you'll have to jump back and forth on size because this stuff has been used for a lot of years. Thank you guys again on TikTok. I appreciate it for sure. It's I see it when you guys do that. It's nice. 2,700 of you guys like it, or 2,700 likes. That is. Bunch of you guys hopping in. If you guys don't know what we're working on an RF meter. This measures RF power. It's the same power that's measured in like your radio station stuff. It's the same stuff that's in your Wi-Fi signal at your house. It's the same stuff coming off your cell phone. All the stuff is RF signals. This meter right here is the ability to measure that RF signal. So all I have to do is get the appropriate slug, and I can measure how much power is coming out of your phone. I can measure how much power is coming off your Wi-Fi. I can measure how much power is coming out of a radio station. All with this one meter right here. It's capable of reading that. Plugging our DC plug back up. All right, so now line this back in here. Line it up right here. Oh, screws back in here. I'll light this up real quick so you guys can see it in just a second. Dave, New York City, waving a hand. Toro, hello. Kim, hello. Michael, hello. Chris, hello. Luder, hello. Walker, hello. Tom, hello. Robin, hello. Hope you guys are doing well. There's a bunch of you guys hopping in and out. So thank you guys for hanging out and checking out my video. We are working on some watt meters to measure RF power. All right, so let's go right here. Take this on around. So this one's done right here. So it's finished for this customer. Power it on just like that. We want to see how many watts it can measure. We click element, select element. We change our rating. The biggest element I know of, like I said earlier, is a 250 kW element. This can measure up to that. It can measure all the way down to, what is that, 25 milliwatts. If we go down to the 1 scale, we can go all the way down to 10 milliwatts. So it has a lot of different range that it can work with on how many watts it can read. All right, so I'm going to wrap this up, put this aside. This one's ready to go for this customer. His high voltage his high voltage wire and everything else is done for him too. So let's go ahead and let's do this. This wire's got a very low friction coefficient, but super easy to slide and kind of wrap it up nice and good. That's what we're going to go ahead and do. So I went ahead and put a different movement in it. Not that I necessarily had to. I might could have fixed the other one, but I'm not. I ain't got time right now. You got to work. We're going to get the next third meter done, and then we will get to work on some. What do I got left to do after that? Coax clamps. I got left to do coax clamps, and this whole order can ship to Hawaii. The goal is to finish this order today. I'll see what I can get done. I've got 2 other orders I just completed. They're much simpler orders. That order is mostly done. Is high voltage stuff. is sitting. Where the heck is the top voltage stuff? Pretty sure I already put it up or put it away. There's the top voltage stuff. Is more of his components over here is two more 7/16 DIN connectors and some high voltage wire right there. So I'll set this in a pile over here for it to be completed and shipped out. Now, next we have to do is we got more people, a bunch of people I got to call back. I'll deal with that later. All right, so next I've got a dual meter that I need to set up. I've already got one dual digital, another dual analog, and then I've got two other bird meter setups to do. I've got to go back and look at my messages on what I need to do on those. But I'm going to go ahead and at least assemble the meters in here so I can get it finished up, or at least started towards finishing. Lots of sample line that I'm going to have to build, but I'm going to go ahead and get this part done real quick. Let me look real quick at my messages. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Get away. Here, let's look at that order. So this is that one right there that covers his. This is this one right here is the double digital. That's right over here. Double digital is done. Next is going to be another double digital. Let's go ahead and get this one done for this gentleman, or at least put together. That is. So I had to custom order some screws, and they're not here yet. So I'm going to use the last of my stock of some super long screws on this job. Luckily, I got a screw cutter. I will be utilizing that here shortly. You guys will see how this goes together. So pull this top off. This front can come off separate too. I didn't show you guys that, but it's not super complicated. I've got to get some custom adapters ordered for this customer right here. Make sure it's a separated case, right? This is right here. We did say separated case. Cool. Like that thing out, leave that thing on the charger. Let's go ahead and get another one real quick. It's not ready. This one is ready. Two more digitals going in here right here. I'll show you guys how these mount up and how they put in. How do you put them in line? All right, I have very limited. One, two. Only need two of these for this job. I have two more, but I'm gonna try not to waste them if I don't have to. Goodness. One and two. I'll change out with these. That'll work. A little bit longer. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, that one at least. See what I'm doing? I'm getting this thing behind the screen protector on these. That actually looks fine to me. I'm not going to go that long. I'm going to go even shorter on that one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is going to be nice. Because I can cheat in this one. Let me get my other drawer real quick since I can do that. Where is my drawer at? So I've got a drawer full of this size right here, which is great, but it's not useful for one of the three holes. So let's get this thing back focused in. It'll find me eventually. So thank you guys for the likes and the taps on the screen on TikTok. It is absolutely appreciated. You guys are awesome. If you guys are liking the video, definitely feel free to continue tapping. It helps a lot. Let me not tighten this up first. Yeah, I'll do this one last. That's perfectly fine. I'm happy how it works. Let me do it last. Get my eyeballs in here. that out right there. Pull this out right over here so the screen protector's not covered up. Try. I bet to lose these stainless steel screws right here. And got cool. Neat. Now, see if that longer screw is long enough. If it's not, then we will complain and make some longer screws. This drill's a little strong, so you got to be careful. Don't Hercules the thing. Nice. It did everything it needed to do. It's nice and tight. That is the best I could have hoped for right there. Because I've got replacement screws for that. I've got a bunch of shorter ones. I don't have to have that one. So if only I had more of those. Whatever. Now, let's put in the next one. Let's see, let you guys see how that one goes in. It'll go in very similar. Line it up. Machinist, Myrtle, Nitrous, waving a hand. Hope you guys are doing well. Deuce, waving a hand. Deuce, hope you're doing good. 178 high voltage. Hello, hello. Bird cable ready, Elvis. I am working on it right. Well, I'm working on it, not exactly right now, but I am working on it for sure. If you would like, just tell me when you want to try to pick it up, and I'll try to get it ready for you. If it's tomorrow, I might get it. I don't know. I have to do another one anyway, so I might just go ahead and do it. I know you've been waiting a little bit, so I'll try to get it ready for you. What link do you need again? Anyway, Disco told me a link. I think it 10 foot is what we decided on. Let me know if that was the correct link. All right, that is cool, but it's too short. We already know this. It's long enough. Oh, so I'm looking at. Hey, what's up, Brian? Hope you're doing well, man. All right, so we're working on this, so we got to do at least one of these. Unfortunately, do I own another one? Yeah, that'll work. Never mind. Maybe. Okay, cool. I don't have to do another one. I'm getting by with scraps. I've got 1,000 of these, I think, coming on the way, so it should be. I'll be good in the future, but as of right now, I'm scrounging for a specific 3/4 inch length. No, that's just not long enough. I don't think that's right. Will that do it? Is that right? Yeah, that's correct. That's fine. Okay, cool. Good to know. That's cool. That worked. All right, cool. Nice. Now, I've got some special stuff that I'm going to be working on. You guys will see how that works later, but I'm not currently ready to reveal that now. So I'm going to go ahead and put this thing back together, and let's go ahead and put together a triple meter real quick. Uh, the reason I'm putting these meters together is because also at the same time as me doing something cool for you guys to see, it also allows me to keep track of my inventory. So everything that's in a case is already spoken for and already purchased. Everything that's not in a case is not spoken for and is not purchased. So I have a few extras available. Let's just say. Anybody wants a digital bird, the website is dwinsrfsupply.com. It's literally my business name.com. That's it. No apostrophe, no dash or nothing like that. You can't do none of that stuff in a website. I guess you could do the dash, but it just makes it too complicated. But it's just that easy to find my Facebook or YouTube or anything else. My YouTube is DWin's Supply with an @ symbol as front. And that's because that's what YouTube makes you do. My TikTok is literally TikTok uh, / DWin's RF Supply. Same spelling, same everything. My Facebook facebook.com/DWinds RF Supply. I am super easy to find. It's not very hard. So let's do this triple meter setup right here. I will have to cut one screw for this because I know I don't have another one of these. Maybe one of these will be short enough. We'll see. You guys are like what type of meters I'm making? These are RF meters. They're a digital meter. Here is one of them out of the housing that's lit up right there. So it replaces, let me show you one of the analog ones. Oh, let me get on. It replaces this meter right here. This is an analog reading bird meter. So from 1940 or so till now, probably 42, 43 or so, this meter right here has been used. It measures on the 100 scale, the 50 scale, and the 25 scale. So you'll grab an element like this right here. This is a 1,000-watt element. So that means it'll test on the 100 scale, right? So that's how it works. It'll go from 0 to 1,000 watts. It only reads average, and that's all it does. This meter right here is a new digital upgrade that goes to the same housing. So this meter reads average, it reads peak, and it also goes into the range right here, and it'll read 2 times and 4 times that scale. So the same meter that would read accurately so much, probably 200 to 1,000 watts on this one on average only, this will read all the way down to 10 watts on average or peak, either one, all the way up to about 4,000 watts on average or peak. So it makes it where you can use far less elements for the same type of meter. So very cool, a little addition to the bird technology that's been rugged for a lot of years. Bird's been known as like the gold standard to the RF community for a lot of years. Not only for its ruggedness, but basically for it's just long-standing design. It handles hits, it handles abuse, it handles problems. It just works well and does a great job and just keeps on kicking. So, really hard to break the meters, and they're just built well and done well. So these new digitals are kind of out to compete. They're a good meter. They do a great job. I'm pretty darn happy with them. The owner, one who owns these, as far as who designed these, did a good job. I like it, and I like the product enough that I will recommend it to you guys. All right, so now I've got to try to start this somehow. So I showed you guys how to pull this off a while ago. I'm gonna try to do it again. It's kind of hard, but it's not too super bad once you get it started. Now, the way I'm doing these, it doesn't matter the residue. If you were doing these the analog only, you'll mount the movement on the outside and it will look a little bit ugly and you'd have to clean that up. Luckily for me, I'm mounting it on the inside, so nobody ever sees it and it doesn't matter at all. Let me put this on another meter real quick so I can don't have to worry about it getting a bunch of trash on it. All right, I saved those for like analog bird meter movements. If somebody wants me to build them a normal analog bird meter, I can do so. Oh, I've got to do one more of these meters with the digital right here. I'll go ahead and do that now. You guys see it. This is a customer also who's already paid for his deal. So let's do one more regular bird and then we'll do the triple meter after that. So this regular bird, this is actually going to be pretty cool. You guys will see how a battery unit goes together. Let's set this over here for this other job and show you guys how this works. You guys are liking the video. This application is for an RF power measurement. So you can use it to measure returned power. You can use it to measure output power. You can use it to measure an AM or FM radio station as far as much power as they can produce. You can use it to measure how much power the new TV stations run that are over your new digital over the air television stations. You can use it to measure how much power is coming out of a telecom setup for your cell phone towers and things like that. You can also, if you really wanted to get fancy with it, you could use it to measure how much power you're producing in your out of your Wi-Fi router. If you really wanted to, you could, if you wanted to get small enough on the hookups, you could measure how much power the radio in your telephone is, how many watts it's actually producing out there to communicate with the towers. Anything and everything RF wise, it can measure. So it's very, very cool for that aspect. So if you look right here, this is good for between 2 and 30 megahertz. But I've got another element over here. This measurement will go from 1,990 to 2,200 megahertz right here. So that'll read 1.99 gigahertz to 2.22 gigahertz. 2.4 gigahertz is what your old Wi-Fi signal puts out. This will do 25 to 60 megahertz. This over here, I don't know what the heck that one is. This over here, 25 to 60. This one up here will do 100 to 250 megahertz. That's your AM FM band right there. This is another 100 to 250 megahertz right here, also AM FM band. You can get into 72 to 76 megahertz there. It just depends on what element you get. I showed this one right here will do between 400 megahertz and 1 gigahertz. So that'll do like your walkie-talkies and stuff. You can measure the power of your walkie-talkies or your business band, like the police radio and stuff. You could measure the power out of those. So lots of stuff. What about how much microwave leakage is coming out around the door of your microwave? You could, I mean, technically, if you had a sniffer, you could actually measure it. Yeah, sure. You could use that as a relative field strength meter. They have a slug that's an element right here. That's a field strength element, and you could actually measure and see how many watts is actually coming around out of the doors of your microwave and see how much leakage is coming out of it. So yes, you are capable of measuring RF power of any sort, and microwave signal is RF power. So the funny thing is, microwave is RF signal. So you can actually even improve your RF shielding on your microwave yourself if you really wanted to, if it was insufficient in any way. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pull this movement out and show you guys the rest of this. Hey, what's up, Swing King? I didn't see you till just now. I apologize. Hope you're doing well, man. Want to see more Hang on, Terry, let's show you real quick. Hang on a second. Tomorrow, you need 10 foot? I'll see what I can do. I should be able to do it for you, Disco. This right here, you couldn't really buy off me there, Terry. But we've got more H3 elements right there, in case you guys can't read from that kind of distance. It's just a couple watts, nothing crazy. All right, so hang on a second. I gotta put my stuff up in storage. That goes in the back room. Getting out the way. All right, so let's pull this out and so you guys see how this comes apart. Again, if you guys want to just purchase the movement itself, you are more than welcome to. It does not hurt my feelings at all. You can buy just the movement from me, and I will sell it to you. You can put it in your own bird meter and do it yourself. You want me to do it for you? I am willing to. This is going to be a battery unit, so you guys will see how that works with the battery and how it installs. If you guys are lazy and you are wanting the absolute most simple install in the world, buy one of these units with the battery in it. It is absolutely going to be crazy simple. You guys will see in just a few seconds how simple it is. You get the screw in here. So we got 1, 2 screws. Let me get my camera back. Thank you, buddy. Come back. Come back. Come back. There we go. Doing good, man. Hey, Eliz, thank you. I appreciate the share. That is awesome. Used to have unit looked identical to that beige gray rectangle case you have open. That one for MW open. Beige gray rectangle. Oh, probably one of the. Not sure exactly which one you're talking about, but I apologize. I got stuff everywhere. It's not that's not meant as disrespect. That's just meant as I don't know specifically which one you're talking about. I would have to. I've got a couple different beige gray rectangles over there. They're large watt meters, is what those are. I've got some panel mount meters up there. I've got all kinds of stuff. Whatever. Let's just pan around. Let you guys see. This is not all of my stock, not by any means. But yeah, we got stuff all the way up there, stuff over there, and more stuff on the way. If you're talking about beige gray rectangle, I guess you're talking about these, maybe. Not quite sure. Rectangle would be the square one, I guess, possibly. But yeah, that's just a watt meter. What that is. Oh, okay. So now here's how simple this is. You guys ready? Give me just a second. Let me wrap up some of this extra so I don't have to deal with it. So tucking wire is not complicated. So don't tell me that part of it's going to be complicated, even though you see me spend some more time working. But all I'm doing is tucking and hiding wire. Give me just a second. I like to keep it clean if I can, and I don't want to see a bunch of extra tail and wire if I don't have to. So that's what I'm doing, hooking this away. All right, so now let's line this up. Wrong size. Find the right one. It's going to be this one right here. Talking about the one you have in your hand. Oh, you talking about the watt meter? Yeah, this is Bird 43 is what this is. It's just a traditional watt meter. I sell them all the time. If you had one, then you've had an RF power reading meter. So not super complicated or anything like that. They're pretty simple. They've been around since the 40s. So I'm a pretty big fan of them. They're a good platform. They're super rugged, excellent design. And I love this new meter that goes on them. That makes the old school rugged platform very new school and has some extra bells and whistles to it. It's got a lockout on it. It's got all kinds of other cool stuff. Or interlock, excuse me, not a lockout. But yeah, very, very, very neat. Very happy with it. Make sure that one's loose. Now, 1500 watt ham. There you go, right here. I got you a 2 to 30 megahertz slug right there. It's 1,000 watt. It'll measure between 4,000 watts peak and 10 watts peak. If you want to go a little bit less range than that, we can go down to a 500 watt slug, and it will read from 2,000 watts average or 2,000 watts peak all the way down to about 5 watts. So it'd be very, very cool for that legal limit stuff. Everything you wanted to run within legal limit, it would have full opportunity to be able to read that. So it can work with whatever platform you got. If you run legal limit, it works. If you run pirate radio in Denmark, it'll work. If you run broadcast station, it'll work because it works off the larger line sections. If you run telecom, it'll work for telecom. If you work for aircraft band, it'll work for aircraft band. It is a extremely versatile meter. You see how I just popped it in there? I didn't drill any holes at all. And then we will pop that booger back into place and on. 0 holes, 0 mounting, 0 anything. So sets up just like that. If you want to charge it from that point, you plug it into the battery charger just like this. No additional need necessary for anything else. It is now charging. The little red light is on right there. You can see it's nice and red. That means it is now charging up and able to run. So cool usage. If you wanted to set for a 500-watt slug for your 2,000-watt setup, there's nothing that hits exactly 1,500-watt legal limit. Stuff will be lower, stuff will be higher. Depends on if you want to do it on FM, if you want to do it on AM, if you want to do it on whatever, FT8, whatever. Doesn't matter. So we go over to our rating right here. We want to set it for 5 scale right here for the 5 meter. So 5 scale, we set it for 500 watt. Now we want to set our microampere to a 30 microampere because we're on just a regular movement. We select use, and now currently we are using a 500 watt element. That element will read up to 1,000 watts average or 1,000 watts peak right now. If you go into the measurement scale and you go down here to where it says range, it'll times 4 that scale. So now instead of reading 1,000 watts peak, it can read 2,000 watts peak, and it can read 2,000 watts average. That'll handle every single legal limit station that's out there. And then you can do 5 watts. You can measure all the way down to 5 watts accurately with it, because I have measured from a 2,500 watt slug all the way down to 15 watts. So super happy with that. Did a very good job. This one is going to its new owner too. And that's how simple a setup with a battery unit is. It is even simpler than the other unit that I just showed you guys. So battery unit, by far the simplest. If you want something super easy to put in, requires 0 holes and just a little bit of knowledge and a tank size of this. 7 millimeter Allen, or excuse me, 7 millimeter socket, 8 millimeter socket, and possibly a 9 millimeter socket. Depends on which older Bird 43 you have. It's either going to be 8 or 9 millimeter, or it's going to be 11/32 or 5/16. I have a multi-use socket set, so I don't know which one it is. It works with both standard and metric. So I'm just lazy, so I just bought that socket from O'Reilly Auto Parts. You want to be lazy like me, and you want to have an extra sockets that work for both, then buy the Power Drive. I don't know what they're called. They're Power Drive sockets, Power Torque. Pretty sure it was an identical case. Very tough. Felt like I was using a 1940s military golf meter. Yeah, very sure. So here's you another one. I'll show you one. I'm not sure if you saw it beforehand. Here is a true average power reading Bird. That one didn't come out till later, probably the 80s or so. This one right here, it's got a built-in RF sampler to it right here. So it has an extra hookup for an RF sample port right here. And then I've got a 10 watts to 10,000 watts peak reading, or 1 watt to 1,000 watt peak reading meter over there. Actually, another one right here. This one has multiple scales. So we got battery scale. We got, say if we have 1,000 watts slug in there, 1,000, 300, 100, 30, and then 10, and then 3 watts, and then 1 watt. So 1 watt would be full scale on that. So it can read all the way down to less than a milliwatt. So, all right, that one's getting put aside for now. Average power reading meters get put aside for now. I don't need that one. And this one over here, I really feel like I want to put it on the charge somewhere, but I don't really have a good way to hook it up. I know exactly what I'm about to do. I'm about to rob my own battery pack and sit in my pocket. Hey, copy that. Appliance repair tech at Sears and had a cord in one with combs, styrofoam piece on it. Pretty cool. Yeah, maybe. Could have been for sure. I know, copy that, Terry. I remember. Yeah, to be honest, I almost regret selling it just simply because the broadcast division is down. But I'm still happy you got it. So don't feel bad. It's just my own regrets. All right, so it's not a Bird product, right? No, 178 is not a Bird product. It is an aftermarket product that's designed to work on the Bird platform. So very happy with it. And I would suggest it just as much as I would a Bird to anybody. So, I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Sorry, a little bit of spasm going on there. I feel naked. I got to put something on, guys. You ready? Let's uh let's find one that works. Color we go. I've already got a blue. Oh, I've got a light. I don't have any light grays. I think I'm gonna do. I need another black. Probably doesn't match, but I need another black. I am painting one of my own hats when I put up on when I put on another hat. It's my head feels a little naked without a hat on. Put it on. I'll be giving these things away once we go to swap meet some more. Uh, but yeah, I had to get my hat back. If you guys are liking the video, definitely feel free to tap the screen. I appreciate it for sure. So all you guys are still watching, it suggests the video to more people. If you guys enjoy it enough, feel free to or like the video or tap the screen on TikTok. That is. But if you guys like it enough, feel free to follow me. It would be appreciated, and you guys are cool. So now I have realized that I have a pickle right here. So there's an issue with what I've got right here. Not like it's a bad issue, but it's just enough of an issue to be a problem. So I have currently only got, I think these are 3/8 of an inch long. And I'm pretty confident these things are not going to screw into this. I've got plenty of, I didn't order more of these. I got to order some more of these. I love these. These are my, these got a backing nut on them. Oops. Pick it up. Dropped it. So these have a backing nut on them, so they lock in place really good. Uh, but when it comes to these meters right here, I need a little bit more thread. And I don't think this is going to tighten up. I'm pretty confident it will not. Yeah, there ain't no way it's not going to work. So I've got to locate some longer. This is called a 632 screw. I've got, like I said, 1,000 of them plus on the way. But unfortunately, at this exact moment in time, they are not sitting here in my hands, so I cannot use them. Oh, let's look up here and see if I got any more. I have some right here, but it's not the right size. I have some more down there. And nope. Let's check another bin real quick. Ah, there we go. Look, 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 look. Ah, I'm so happy. I love being a pack rat. Look at that. That's enough to get me by for a week. Maybe a couple days, really. Nice. I need two, but 5,000 watts peak. Do you have them? So two, 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 two. You talking about two of these, and you want 5,000 peak? Is that what you want? If you did that, you'd have to go up to the 2,500 watt slug. If you did the 1,000 watt element right here, you would only be able to get up to 4,000. So it would put you $1,000, 1,000 watt shot. So if you want to get to 5,000, you would need a 2,500 watt slug. It would get you up to 10,000 peak, and it would get you up to 10,000 average because it has a 4 times multiplier built in. But again, whether you use it for broadcast, whether you use it for amateur, whether you use it for whatever you choose to use it for, I have the elements for you. Let's try to grab the short ones. I'm going to try to use all the short ones that I can. I'm going to run out of these too. I got to order some of these soon. I didn't even think about using so many of them. I actually won't use a ton because I won't be using these on the digital. I'll only use these on the analog. But every time I do it on an analog, I use 3 at a time. So definitely goes through them. So now, next right there. Like I said, any questions, feel free to ask. It does not hurt my feelings at all. I actually like your questions. It's appreciated. So I'm trying to look out and see what you guys have that you guys would want to know about. So questions, feel free to pop them in there. And again, thank you guys again for all the likes on TikTok. It is appreciated for sure. Whenever you, I feel bad because TikTok is the only app that makes people actually interact as much. A lot of guys, it doesn't matter on YouTube and Facebook as long as you're watching and maybe saying a comment here and there. It doesn't matter. But with TikTok, they want you guys to tap the screen because otherwise, they think my video is not doing any good. So if you guys don't mind, tap the screen, and I appreciate it. If you guys do mind, just watch the video. They don't hurt my feelings. I gotta build this stuff anyway. It ain't like I'm gonna sit here and do nothing. I'm gonna be working anyway, regardless of whether you guys watch it or not. I'm just happy you guys are here. Keeps me accountable and keeps me working. Okay, that is pretty easy to convince yourself that you're done for the night and you ain't got no more to do. And that is currently not true. I got plenty more to do. So that one off. That's what's going in here. I'm so happy to have found them screws. I forgot. I've literally found those things at least on two different occasions, and forgotten that I had them two different times. But super happy to remember about them now. Okay, and another screw. Put that back over there. Put this right here. Get back here. Thank you. Back there. Oh, let's not waste not, want not. Right? Let's not be ridiculous and do this wrong. So if I'm smart and using my big brain, what I'll do is I'll use two short ones over here because it is not necessary at all to have this longer screw right here. And that way I'm only using one screw per meter that is a large screw. And that stretches my stock significantly further. So not that it's really going to matter pretty soon, but I mean, it's always good to make sure you're not caught with your pants down without having what you need. It's not fun. I hate being in that situation. It happened on a couple occasions. I needed some stuff and I didn't have what I needed. All right. So this customer is shipping in one more analog bird meter movement, and I will be doing three. So I'll be doing a digital analog and then another analog right there. So what I currently owe them, not really owe, well, I guess owe, whatever. What is currently theirs that they own is currently in here right now. So now I'm going to go over here. I've got to look at a message from a customer. I got to make sure I handle all my stuff all in one go. Yeah, so not be too prideful here. Just a second. This one together. You guys are gonna think I'm nuts. You've seen all the bird that I just put together so far, right? I am not done. And the bad thing is that's not even all my bird stock. I've still got more bird stock that's still put away right now that's still loaded up from our last event. So yeah, I've got I've got to do something. We got a problem here. We got to get this stuff shipped out. Now, you guys ready to see this abomination over here? Look at that. This right here not really. I'm not saying not an abomination. I'm saying it as in like, uh, I've literally, I guess, sacrilege is what I would say. Uh, I've got bird meters in baggies. So this is from one customer right here. He wants me to modify what I'm shipping in, what I'm doing, what he did previously, and he wants to make these things nice and clean. Oh, hey, you put some notes in here. Yes, thanks. Here's what I've got to do real quick. Let me just dang it. Get back over here. Thank you very much. Come back. Thank you. So I gotta do a number. For that there. Search. 8, 6. Okay, so what did he say? So this is I'm tight on time here too. Address to ship. I'll do this. One's gonna be peak. The other one's gonna be dual and set. Okay, cool. So I don't have the time to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and set them aside, and I need to tag them together. I need to put a. I'm going to put a label on each one of these, so I know what I need to do. Label label. Print this twice. 1, 2. So I'm just going to tape this on the bottom of their meters, just to make sure that I have everything that I need marked for their stuff. Now, I typically don't take in stuff from customers, but I was particularly at the time, I had a little bit of extra time, and I thought I was going to be okay. And then right afterward, I released all the digital bird. And whenever I did, yeah, it took a minute. But and all this right here, set up. All right, I need to message this customer and have a conversation because I didn't know this. But it's all right. So I haven't talked to this customer yet. Not recently, that is. But this is aftermarket housing, so I did not know. I thought this was original bird movements. So being aftermarket housing, since it's not to talk any particular mess about any particular person or individual or anything like that, but aftermarket housings do not have the same microampere scales, so they are extremely hard to make accurate. So I'm most likely going to go ahead and ship this back to the customer just the way it is, just simply because I cannot make it accurate unless I have a platform to work with. So even though it says it's a scale, it's not necessarily a scale. I'm going to find a box real quick. Let me just grab one and throw this in a box. So this stuff's pretty good in here. Okay. In the same condition that it was received. So now it was in a baggie, but that was just because that's how they shipped it. But they also had it in a bunch of bubble wrap and some other stuff. So this one's going back in a box. The other meter is going to get modified, but that's fine. I need to go ahead and set this aside over there. So I have to do some work to this one, and that's fine. I'll make that happen. So I'm going to set that over there. Now, go ahead and find another. As you guys are ready for this, this is another one of mine that put it over here, I believe. Grab You'll find me in a minute. Stay over there for a minute. Okay. I appreciate you following, but you stay there for a minute. Thank you. Stay. Apparently, I was suggested that I could name this unit right here. Let me look at my notes and make sure that my lights don't be mine. I don't know how this would have ripped up the package, but these are custom setup right here. Let's go ahead and look at my notes. This is again another bird meter setup that I took in. These are original bird movements here. Let's go to all right, see if I can find the stuff again. All right, so covered all that. Cool. Meters for be on phone. So it's got to be this. So need that message in the ass. Make sure right. Gotta be. I don't know why it would have been sitting right there. So I wish I would have had a model number for him, but it's okay. It's fine. I'm pretty sure he's. Let's take a look real quick. Yeah, cool. All right, cool. Well, labors, no, straight cool. All right, cool. So now we have a 3 meter case over here. Let's go ahead and grab a 3 meter case. All right. Now, I'm gonna set this over here. Do these two right here. It's Phillips. It's fine. And let it go. One, two, three, and then 4. This is this housing right here. Puzzle time. Thank you. You guys are great. There is a puzzle. You guys got it. 2 minutes and 8 seconds. So I had 2 minutes and 8 seconds to finish the puzzle. If you got, wouldn't have paid attention within 3 minutes of that, I would not have passed the puzzle. So, thank you guys. I appreciate your assistance. It's yeah, it's great. Tick tire. Thank you, man. That's cool. Appreciate you, Wesley. Uh, so let's figure out what size we are. So one of these is going to be 10 mil. One of these is going to be this 8 mil right here. Oh, let me put a name on the bottom of this. I'll do a few of these names. One, two, three, four. That's dumb. Could have just literally used the auto cutting tool to cut that a little bit better than my own skills. I'm not super bad at cutting nothing, but literally just a waste. we're just going to label all these so we have customers' names on them. These are the only two setups that I've ever allowed to, well, not ever, but only two setups in the recent time period that I've ever allowed to get shipped in. Both these guys are really good people. Not that I dislike anybody. It's just as of right now, I tried to quote around 2.5 weeks to do this, and it's I don't know if I'm even, and I don't know if I'm on schedule for that or not. I have to look back at the messages. On one of them, I'm right at the limit of my schedule. On the other one, best I can figure, I might be over schedule. So I don't try to get behind on nothing, but when it comes to these favor jobs, it's a little hard to keep up. Now they're still paying by any means, but it's just hard. All right, so all of it's labeled. We're good to go there. So now I know who is who. There's no situation where nothing could get mixed up, put aside wrong or anything like that. So now let's go ahead and pull. Yeah, let's pull it off this way, right here, where this comes out. I'll pull just the movement and separate that from that. That was cool. Wesley, I don't know why I don't have your handle memorized. What's your handle? I like. I actually needed to be doing that here recently. I need handles and freaking call signs so I can start remembering everybody. I used to have everybody down, but I get new people that come in all the time. Wesley's been around for a long time, so but I get new people that come in all the time and I always freaking forget to ask. Hello, UAE. Hope you're doing well. Is getting that time of night where we're getting we'll get a bunch of different states. I had Belarus in here the other night, had lots of different places from all over the world. It's cool for sure. It's always nice to see where everybody's out of. I guess we can do that now. If you guys want to represent your country or your state, feel free to pop it out there. It don't matter. It don't have to be your location wise. It just country or your state. It'd be pretty cool to see where everybody's from. If you guys feel like it, put it in the comments where you're from, your country or your state if you're in the U.S. I know we had one of them from the UAE in here. Northeast corner of Lower Michigan. 3030. Country Monkey. I'll try to do my best to remember that, Country Monkey. Thanks for hanging out on the live, man. It's appreciated. Anybody else want to let everybody know? Let us know where you're out of. It'd be pretty cool. It's always nice to see all the different, like I said, places it's coming in. UAE's all the way over the Middle East. So that's pretty cool. All right, now this is going to be done separately. I'm not going to do it all at once. So put it over there. I will mess with that later. Right there. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you. So I'm also gonna mess with this one later. This is just sample line. I don't remember if I built that for him or not. Maybe you built it yourself. I don't know. So Hop 111, 178, Whitewater, California. So we got California, we got Michigan in here. Where else we got, guys? Anybody else want to tell us what state or what country you're out of? So, Lord, that's a lot. Put it down there. That around. Get on YouTube over there is falling slack, and so is TikTok over there. At least Facebook's responding back. There's still a bunch of them over there. I appreciate you guys hanging out for sure. There's well, not a bunch, but a few guys over there hanging on YouTube land and TikTok too for sure. You guys are quiet though. All right, so like I said, if you want to represent your country or your state, feel free to put it in the comments. I knew the UAE because it was in its username. Now, to be fair, it's possible. I mean, I think there's definitely a secondary language in the UAE. Pretty sure they're good. Um, but I don't want to be mistaken. I know a couple places their main language, spoken language, is English, even out there. I wish I remembered. I'm good on geography, but not really on like socioeconomics and stuff. So I don't really get super into knowing all the fine details about everything. But I like to know if I can remember. Well, appreciate you 178. Appreciate you 3030. Hello Ducktail. Hello Nitrous. Hello Elizabeth Ann. Hello. Hope you're doing well. If you guys feel like saying anything, want anything, want to know anything, want some information out there, feel free to ask. This is an interactive page, so you guys are welcome to talk. It's not, I'm not the live dude who says shut up and watch me. I like to, if possible, communicate a little bit. It makes my day go by a little faster. Yeah, that way. T Money, hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. All right, so next is right, y'all. So that's 1, 2 right there. We have 2 meters there. So for now, I'm not going to pull this thing apart any further. Just going to set it over there as an entire assembly. And then we'll go ahead and get number 3 right here. That's the problem with stainless. Booger comes out. No. I followed it on the way down though. So hello Geo. Hope you're doing well. Watch you guys be responding to me, not zoom down or something, and not have the whole. No, it's all right. You guys are just quiet today. All right. So sometimes TikTok is just like popping off with questions everywhere, and other times it just they get relaxed. All right, so pull this one apart. So he constantly swapping these freaking sockets up. It's because over the course of what is that, almost 80 years of these watt meters being out, there's definitely some degree of swap over. Doesn't seem like the 40s, it's 80 years, but sure is. It ain't no 60 years. It's about to be going on 90 here soon enough. Hello, Ghost Fighter. Waving a hand, man. Hope you're doing well. We are currently working on some bird meters over here. There. You guys are not familiar with what this looks like. I'll show you guys what this looks like when it comes out. I've been meaning to show you guys a line section for a hot minute. For the guys that don't know, this is a remotable line section. So you can take this whole wire right here and remote this line section right here. So you have the option to do so. So I'm probably going to do that for this gentleman right here. Since he already owns two other ones, I'm going to just do that one for him. Just simply because it's already there. And it might not be the length that he needs it to be, but at least he'll have something that he can work with. So we'll use that as a remoted line section. Crap falling over there because I didn't get it stacked wrong. Part of the deal of me doing this is I get another housing. So now I have another bird housing right here that I can use. It's actually a pretty clean housing. So that'll work. There's something we can do in the future. So, okay. He does not need that, or that, nor does he need. It's not part of the build, nor is this. Put that over there. Now we have 1, 2, 3 meters. And we're about to use, what, 9 more screws? Remember those screws I told you I was super low on? Well, here we are using 9 more of them. So, stay la vie. Here's a date on this meter. This meter is a 2022 meter, so that one's pretty new. This one is also a 2022 meter. This one's probably significantly older. I can feel it by the weight. It's probably at least back in the 90s, about a 30-year-old meter at least. A mess falling over again. Zooming out because I'm moving my face away. It doesn't detect the face. What's that? Zoom out. Sorry, need to playing around. Got some housing there. Today is going swimmingly. Everything's getting accomplished. It is taking time. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Definitely not the worst time I've ever had right now getting this amount of stuff done. So I'm going to put his heaviest meter over here. Not his newest meter, but his heaviest meter, which is the older meter right here. This is Simpson movement. These other movements are not Simpson movements. Doesn't mean they're any more or less accurate. Just for reference sake, I am going to use his screws because he was so kind as to donate them. But they will work just fine. So that's going to save me on my screw usage. I'll have at least 6 out of 9 screws just by using his, saving me some hardware. Okay, so now I've about made a mistake because I've been doing this for so much that I almost screwed up. So if you guys will look at the analog meter, I'll just go ahead and show you real quick. So typically I've been doing this, which is putting the meter behind the housing on all the digital setups. But what we're going to be doing on the analog setups is we're going to be putting the meter movement, especially if it's all analog, the meter movement itself, all of them are going to be external like this rather than internal like that one. Just simply because that's the way most everybody says that they like. If you guys have more suggestions, if you guys liked it on the inside, let me know. But the majority rules, and everybody says that they like it on the outside for some reason. I kind of like the inside. It's kind of been growing on me. But hey, you got to give people what the people want. Nitrous and Duck, hope you guys are doing well. You guys are chilling out and checking out, seeing what's going on. So thanks for hanging out. So test 1 2 1 2 1 2. Oh, uh-oh. Hang on, what we got going on over here? Like 1 2. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't do anything. Oh no, we're good. We're good. Cool. I think we're on the wrong audio sample on Facebook. So let me swap this speaker around real quick. I just realized something. Right click, sound settings. I guarantee I'm on the wrong microphone. No, I'm on the right one. I don't know why it shows it like that though. So let's change the properties on this one. Properties. Test 1 2 1 2 1 2. Bet you my audio is way better now. I don't know for sure though. Look, what's up, Dan? Bird meter and peak kits on the way. Hey, Dan, check it out. Bam. So we are missing a bird meter. Got our digital, got our analog, and missing our piece right there. So now let me make sure I look at our edit. Did we edit anything other than that? Tell me if I messed that up, Dan. I'll look real quick at your ticket and make sure I've got it right. I'm still putting it together. Now, you're not that close to being done. I'm just doing it because I'm doing all the other ones. So don't get mad at me if I'm not working on it right away. Because got one digital. Did we got an analog over here? We got one analog. Disconnect. We got an element. That's fine. Dual line section. That's fine. All the adapters. That's fine. Cool. I don't care about all that. That's good. So now let's check and see if we've got another invoice. Make sure I'm not being dumb. And that's all that invoice right there. All right, I don't see anything else, Dan. So if you decided you wanted two digitals or anything different, Dan, let me know. Copy a little bit louder and clearer. Cool to know. Thanks. But yeah, this is... you got your one digital analog and then another analog right there. So that's how it's set up right there. If you decide you want to do it any different, Dan, let me know. If you'd like to do any more digitals or anything like that, I'm happy to do it. Okay, let's finish these up. Yeah, I know. I was walking into the other room, talking quiet and everything, and you guys couldn't hear me at all as I was walking to the other room. Walking over to the other side, finding some more parts and stuff. You guys couldn't hear me over there either. Now, TikTok, they could hear me fine the whole time because I got it on another microphone set. I got 1 2. Hang on, let me zoom out real quick. Hang on. And right there, tell it to stay there. Stay. See, 1 2 3 4. I have 4 microphones on me right now. That's 2 different sets of stereo right there for left and right audio. So yeah, that's what we're currently doing. Going a little over the top with this hookup, but it is what it is. All right, so turn that up right there. I think there's one more puzzle that hits TikTok. The last the other puzzle I think hits about 5 or 6 hours in after the first 1 hour puzzle. But I don't ever hit the second puzzle. I think I did probably about 5 hours. I don't know if it was 5 hours on yesterday's live. I know I was out here for over 5 hours. No, not yesterday's, Tuesday's live. Ooh, gotta watch my finger. Almost pinched it pretty good. Okay, now I need 3 more of these. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's too long. I want a shorter one. Don't waste all my long ones. Get out of there, man. Nope, too long. 3. There we go. I need 1, 2, and 3 over here of these. Hello, Fernando. Hope you're doing well over there on TikTok land. Meter on the inside looks clean. Meter on the outside looks more industrial. I like both. Yeah, the meter on the inside has definitely been growing on me for sure. I've still got a bunch of guys that keeps voting on this meter on the external, so I'm sticking with it for now because I want to handle the majority of people's looks. But I definitely am liking that meter on the inside look. Definitely looks pretty good. I got another way it can look even nicer, but I don't think I'll get into those installs. They're a little bit too much work for me to do. I don't want to mention it because the moment I mention it, everybody's like, yeah, do that for me, like, no, I'm good. This probably won't be a sign up for. But yeah, I don't know. I'm liking the meter on the inside. So I'll show you guys what that looks like right here. So we got meter on the outside right there, and then meter on the inside right there. So it has to go on the inside to match up with the digital. Otherwise it looks super, super goofy. I've done it both ways. There's double digital right there. And I got analog digital sitting over there, another one, but I'm not grabbing that one back. It's already done. So we're not going backwards today. We're going forward. I'm gonna throw this hopefully inside here and try not to lose this paper. I need that individual's information. Okay, cool. I do appreciate the feedback, guys. It's awesome for sure. Something else I have to do when I do the meter on the inside is I have to take this right here and notch this edge out. I'll have to notch this edge out and notch this edge out. So if I did it on the middle meter right here, I'd have to notch it as close to that edge as possible in order to get it to mount right in right there. On the outside, I can go around it. On this side, I can go around it. And it is fine on those. So okay, let's just hold this in place for now. Let me get this screw in lined up. No, I'm not turning on the Windows backup. I don't need it. All right. I feel like, what the heck is going on? I don't know if I'm just being a jerk or not. If you guys like the live on TikTok, feel free to tap the screen. I'd like to see if TikTok's just froze or something. If you guys are still hanging out, definitely feel free to tap it and let me know you guys are still there. Because you guys are quiet today. All right, Ducktail, Nitrous, Elite, Ellie. Y'all guys are still there. You guys are just got me over there, got me tripping. I don't know. Like I got definitely people that watch my live and stuff that don't really say much, but that thing is not moved. All right, I got more people hopping in. Hello on TikTok. Hope you guys are doing well. The Fat Man. Hope you guys are doing good, man. We're doing a couple of these bird meter housings. I'm gonna stack them real quick. I guess I will grab that one last set back over there to show you guys just an idea of what we're doing right now. So let's do a stack. So 1 triple. Another triple, he's sending in the housing. A double. I really should put the back on this thing. Let me put the back on this thing. I can always fast forward this video later. At least 1 screw in this. All right, who cares? Let's grab one of these. All right, another double, right? It's not even on the screen no more. Let me zoom out. It's too big. I gotta go smaller. That's too tall. So now let's move it wider, right? So 2 triples, 1 double, another double over here. Let's get my little camera back. Let's do another double right here. That one's for this customer. He's got a couple extra parts. This right here is going out to its new owner too. This is not all of them that I'm doing. This is just as many as I can fit in front of it here. This one's going to a customer right here. This one's also going to a customer right here. This one right here is also going to a customer right here. And I'm messing around, putting this one on the charger. Nice, that's cool, it worked out good. This one's also going to a customer right here. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 setups right here. I've got one more, I think maybe two more large ones going out here really soon too. Lots of stuff got to go out, man. So these things are all going out. That is just a little collection of the birds going out the door. So let's put this one back over here. Let's try not to drop any parts. Wait. This is such difficulty. I don't like moving that thing just because it's got so much stuff sitting over there by it. This one's going back here until I finish up the rest of his. All right. Text me about some 218 coax, need 21 foot with a split end on it. I have about probably 26, 27 foot left right now. So if you want it, you need to get it now because I don't have a ton of length of it left right now. So yes, I do have some 218 right now. If you'll send me a message one more time, just send me a reminder. Say, hey, this is a reminder about 218. I will send you a quote on the 218. I can do a split feed and I can do an LC on the other end. It will be an LC connector, just so you know. 218 has to have an LC on it, just because that's the type of connector that they run. So if you're not familiar with LC, that's what 218 uses. I'm sure you probably know, but some people don't, because I had somebody asking about a UHF connector on some 218. If anybody had any reservations and didn't know why I said you can't really run a PL259 on 218, this is a 7/16 DIN connector right here, right? And that's an LC. That's 218. It's too large for that one, right? Technically, you could if you find the right adapter, you could actually adapt it up because they do it for 7/8. But this is a UHF connector. This is a PL259. That is significantly harder to find. You can't make that one work. The body of the connector is much smaller than the size of the wire itself. You could find a connector to reduce it down, but there would be no point. It would be useless. Okay. Cool. We made progress today. So I've got plenty left to do. This has got to get put over here for now. I really need to figure out who's next so I get the right order in line. I've got to get some antenna connectors done. I've got to get that done. I've got the digitals done. I got to do 2. Okay, let's do this. I've got 2 pieces of sample line that need to get built. So I will do that. It's probably not the absolute best thing I could be doing right now, but it is something that I have agreed to do, and I'm going to try to meet that agreement. So let's make it happen. Again, this is the only thing that happens sometimes whenever you're working on stuff. You're trying to stay busy and trying to work with stuff, and then you try to give people opportunities and help people out. So sometimes it's just hard to balance how much time you're going to spend on something. So let's get my RG400 real quick. Let's run off 20 foot of it real quick. You have pricing online for a triple movement setup, either analog or digital. I do not currently have pricing online. Let me get that back down there. Let's bump this down a little lower. I do not have currently, well, I kind of have pricing online, but it's not exactly there. So I will tell you individual prices. Let's just tell you this way. It is pretty easy to add up my cost. This movement is $320. This movement is $160. Whatever you do on a triple, you'll just times everything I tell you by 3, except for the case. The case is the same price. The single case is $50. The double case is $50. The triple case is $50. They're all $50. Doesn't matter which case you get. So, single meter housing is $320 for digital. Single meter movement digital $320. Single meter movement analog is $160. The sample line to run out of the back, if you were to do a sample line, you can do this sample line right here up to 10 foot out of the back, not with the quick disconnect option, just where it goes straight into it and just comes out with a cut down connector to go directly to your line section. It goes straight into the back. It does not have a connector on it. You can do that for $75. The cheaper sample line, something like this right here, the black wire, it is $60 for up to 20 foot of that. So one sample line is either 60 or 75, depending on if you want to go with the nicer Teflon wire or the cheaper PVC wire. The housing, like I said, is $50. And then the digital is the only one that has a multiplier built in. If you get the analog, you'll have to add a multiplier to it or a peak kit to it. The peak kits, the aftermarket ones, usually have a multiplier. And then they're usually not super accurate to start with, so I recommend to kind of make them a little bit more accurate, so spend some time to do so. I did add up the price for a single meter housing, make it accurate, and a single meter movement, make it accurate, and add a peak kit. It is the exact same price as getting a digital. Me personally, I would say go the digital if you're going to go a analog with a peak kit, unless you just like analog. So the cost, again, times 3 everything. If you was to get a triple meter, it's $160 or $320. It's $50, and it's $75 or $60. And the only thing separate from that is whatever line section that you end up purchasing. And whether you purchase a dual line section, that one's not, it won't look like that one exactly, or a single line section like this right here. If you get a triple meter housing, you'll need to have one single and one dual. It'll look like this right here. It'll just have 2 slug holes. The only price I haven't given you so far is the dual line section and the single line section. If you send me a price, if you're trying to get a triple line section, I will give you a discount on a dual line section and a single, just simply because I don't mind passing the savings if I can. Send me a quote, text me this number. It didn't mark. It covered up your message, just so you know. It automatically blocked your text message number. But I will look and see if I've seen your text message just a moment ago, Mark. Let me tell you something real quick. I'm going to make life easy on you. If you haven't already done it, let me check a look real quick. Mark, perfect. You've already messaged me. You're fine. So you will not have to do it there. You just you send it to me on the RF supply page. I will respond to you on that as soon as I get an opportunity. I will send you a quote. Now, let's measure the next one real quick. Cut some more sample line real quick. I got one of these. I just agreed. I told the guy last week that I would try to do it for him, and he got on the live today and asked if I could bring it for tomorrow. He's bought some Bird digital meter from me before, so I'm going to try to do what I can to go ahead and get him some sample line. So he wants some 10-foot of sample line right here. So now, let's wrap this one up. Hey Adam, appreciate you, man. Hopefully that gives you the prices that you need, and then like I said, you can build it accordingly. The only thing I didn't tell you about, I guess, is labor. Labor to put a meter together will cost you about $40 if I'm doing the analog meter and the digital meters. If I'm doing any sort of add-on peak kits and stuff like that, they do cost more money because it's a lot harder to drill the holes and line everything up. If I'm doing the digital, I don't charge any extra money to drill that hole just because it's a new product. And I'm trying to throw kind of a little bit of a promotion out there for labor. In the future, it might cost more money just because, I mean, I can't give away labor forever. But I will absolutely try to do it for as long as I can. I still haven't got to where I'm charging for cutting the velocity factor. Even at this point, I haven't gotten in a position where I just have to at the moment. So, all right. So actually, it did post your number one time, Mark. So if you, not to be disrespectful or anything like that, but I will delete your comment just simply so you don't have randoms that see your message when they watch my video. So, and I'm not saying I got a ton of people, but I've had as much as I don't know, 50, 60,000 people see some of my videos. So I am just, to be extra safe, going to delete those. Not to be rude to you or nothing, so don't feel like that's me being mean deleting them. Because I did see, I'm pretty positive I saw your message pop up on my thing. Where's the other one at? I thought I seen another one. Where did it just go? It just disappeared? Whatever. Cool. Well, needless to say, it looks like it's gone. So if it's not gone, delete it. You're cool. I should see your message. Let me go ahead and screenshot it just in case. Let me make sure. All right, cool. That's fine. So let's put a zip tie on this right here. Let's show you guys how to build some sample line. We got 2 of those to build. So move that away. Move that away. Okay. Now I need to put one more label on, and that's going to be for this right here. I really should measure that. I'm going to get myself in a pickle if I don't watch it. Let me print this label real quick, because this is also a customer's. I don't have many customer items in my shop, but this happens to be one of them. All right, so man, this could look better. Hopefully that'll stay. Set up right there. I'll know this is a single line section on my bench, and I'll try not to grab any more line sections out until later. So now that I'm finished with all these screws, I'm going to go ahead and put these back up real quick. I'm going to make a mistake. I'm going to go ahead and load these up in that drawer so I don't lose that, because I forgot about it last time. Look, holy crap, man, there's more over here. Yeah, no, we are removing. Get out of there. See, there's more right there. I don't care. They're going in there.
because I'm not stressing out about not having what I need. There's some quick disconnects. That's some cool stuff. I don't need all that. All that stuff's fine. We're good. So now, oh, these are extra bird feet. So if anybody needs bird feet, I got bird feet. I got bird straps. I got all kinds of bird stuff. I got bird screws, bird hardware. I don't have new bird tags. I don't have that. I probably should at some point in time buy a couple bird tags that are blanks, because I've seen them for sale before. I need bigger scissors. Yeah, I know. They're a little large for what I was doing there, but whatever. Alrighty then. So now I've agreed to do this. So I got to get my butt on the ball making this happen. So let's get the parts. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. I need to look in to see if I've got more of those reducers somewhere. I don't know where they're at. I really need to make sure I don't need to order those. I like to stay on top of my stock, but sometimes you got so many different items, it's so hard to make sure I've got everything. Oh, got a boatload of these zip ties, but I gotta grab them back out of here. I put them back in here because I've got at least 3 other sets that's wrapped up just like this that I don't know where they're at. They're sitting on my bench somewhere. I gotta organize my bench and then I'll find them. My bench is in bad shape right now. Bad shape. But hey, here I am trying to keep up. I think I just handled most everybody. There's one more individual that I got to work on. I got to pull down another one of those big panel mounts and work on either 1 or 2 of those. So I've got to look and check my tickets. I'm pretty sure it's 2 of them. I got to build 2 more panel mounts. So that's going to be fun. And then I think I got to put a peak in one of them. I think that's what it is. So yeah, I gotta work that deal out soon. It's all right though. I got a bunch more inventory coming in as part of that deal. So hey, I can handle inventory. Let's not do that. That would have been a mistake. I was putting that on like it wasn't going to be a split feed on the other end. We're not doing 2 connectors. We're doing split feed on one, and we're doing wire on the other. So one individual is picking up this coax tomorrow. Just figured out how to do some after hours pickup stuff. My RF supply is open typically from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays. As you can see, typical is not typical, and I am significantly later than that. I usually try to close up after 9 o'clock just so I can have time to ship out stuff and material and things like that. Technically, my time has moved to about 8:30 to 9 o'clock, all the way to about 11 o'clock now, maybe 12. But I've been consistently working over here recently because we got lots of work to do, guys. It's just part of it. Bird's the word. Bird. No, I can't do that. I might get copyrighted for saying something. I was about to do a song. The bird is a word. Bird. Yeah, like that one. Maybe I think I got fair use routage. I can do it for 15 seconds, can I? Isn't that what it says? All right, so let's click over there so that goes away. Cool. What the heck is going on there? So let's close this right here. Let's reopen. There we go. Man, Facebook is a liar. Everybody who's checking out the live, I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. If you guys have any questions, want to say anything or anything like that, feel free to pop in here and comment. Is this paused? Let me make sure it's paused real quick. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and finish up with this. There's a bunch of you guys hanging out. Sometimes this thing lies to me. It don't tell me how many people's in here. So here I am like, oh yeah, everybody's done cleared out for the night. No, it ain't. You guys are all in here hanging out. Hey, thanks for the likes on Facebook. I don't know exactly how that the likes work, but that's pretty cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so let's get this cut back. I'm showing you guys how to put a modified PL connector to work to a. Let me pull this over here real quick so I can show you guys. Here is your traditional DC connector that comes on the Bird 43 in their line section. It has a little spring retention clip. It hooks in like this. That's how it sets up. It's got a little split feed right there, and that's how it's done. I'll show you guys how mine is done whenever we're done with this project. Henry, what's up? Hope you guys are doing well over there on TikTok land. Alright, so I think it's paying off finally, all you guys hanging out on Facebook. There's been a steady stream of you guys starting to follow more and more. I think we're maybe close to 7,000 now. I think we're at 68, 6,900, 6,800 or something like that. It used to be when I had 2,000 or 3,000 of you in here. It was pretty cool. I'd stay busy. Sometimes I'd have probably, I don't know, 10 or 12 people in here and stuff like that. And other times I'd have 2, 3, 4, 5 people in here out of 2,000, right? Because not everybody's up at the same time. Not everybody's got the time to hang out and stuff like that, right? But now that there's closer to 7,000, now there's more like 10, 15 people hanging out most of the time. So it's pretty cool. I definitely appreciate it for sure. I know that the crazy schedule that I work makes it really hard for everybody to be able to watch my videos live. And I do apologize for that. It is not my intention to make it where you guys can't watch. But I do really appreciate you guys who do. Try to give you guys kind of exclusive things. Nothing like, I mean, anybody who watches the video later can see it, but not everybody's going to watch this long of a video later on. So you guys are kind of seeing the stuff that nobody else gets to see. They see the little clips and stuff. They don't get to see the build process and how this stuff goes together and stuff. So, not to be prideful or anything like that, but I do definitely get a lot more views on the reels than I do on the lives. So I feel like it's a little bit more personal here than it is on a reel. So I do want to take the opportunity to say thank you to all you guys for hanging out. Every platform, for sure. Not just Facebook, but everywhere. All right, so here comes the fancy. You guys ready? All we're going to do is we're going to get this nice little cutter over here. Yeah, for sure, 30-30. I don't remember 30-30, but I'll have to remember the rest of that handle, too. I know I get Whiskey Man 222, him. Let's go over here. Country Monkey. I'll remember that. I'll do my best to remember that. Next time you might be like, D-Wayne, don't you remember? And I'll be like, sorry. I'm going to try, though. If you guys feel like popping out your handle and or your state out there, it'd be pretty cool to see where everybody's out of. My little 44s like to check out these videos to figure out all the different states and places that people have visited and stuff, or people have hopped in and said hello on the live in. So it would be appreciated. We had Michigan in here earlier. We had California in here earlier. We had the UAE in here earlier. I don't know who else we got in here now. I know a lot of times we get other countries that hop in later at night. So, hey, I was just checking. So, line this up. You guys will see how this goes in. It's kind of hit and miss sometimes, though, with this interaction deal. You guys, I might have to give you guys like, I don't know, some sort of like incentive to talk. Look, I'll tell you what, Dirty Dog in Indiana, appreciate you, man. Thanks for hanging out. So we got Indiana, we got Michigan, we got California. Uh-oh, I don't feel good. I've had this for forever. This is literally the Galaxy Watch 1. I don't like none of the new ones. So the switch kind of felt a little funny there for a minute. Hey, we're not playing a game today. Appreciate you, David. Thanks for hanging out, man. Hope you're doing well, man. I know you said something about some surgery and stuff that you was going through, or some health scares we had. Hope everything's going well with you, man. If you do see a message here anytime soon, Ontario, Canada, 5-5 in the cold country. Yeah, for sure. Copy that on 5-5, man. Appreciate you. Now, 5-5, I've got a special deal for you. If you decide that you want some digital and stuff, let me know, and I will work out a special deal for you to help you out if you want to go digital. Now, if you want to go analog, I can still work out a deal for you. But if you want to go digital, I got a special deal for you. I'll tell you if you send me a message. I'll tell you about it. Butt ton of BNC. I just need to get me some coax to put it on. Hey, man, sure. I got a bunch of coax that I sell. You have talked to the right person. I am an RF supply company. I am not a company that requires you to do everything for me. I will supply components all the way down as small or as big as you would like. So if you want to put some BNCs on some 1 5/8", we can do that. If you want to put some BNCs on some RG400, we can do that. So whatever you like, just let me know. I can ship you just the wire by itself. I'll sell it by the foot, and that does not bother me even in the slightest to do that. So don't feel like you're a bother or bothering me at all if you want to get some coax for your stuff. A lot of guys, I don't know, they haven't quite figured out my business model, and I really try to say it with the business name. And I'm not saying you didn't know by any means, but I need to say that more often. If anybody wants parts, I will sell you parts, whoever you are. So this is how mine screws in. Now I still gotta modify it some more, but I'll show you guys how it screws in. Just like that, locks into place, does what it needs to do right there. And this one right here screws in. A little bit harder to get lined up. You gotta kind of go backwards with it, then line it up, screw it on, and it kind of locks in pretty good. It kind of kicks out if you don't get it the right angle, if you kind of pull it at all or bump it hard enough. But you kind of lock it down and it kind of holds in. It does all right. I can fix a Palomar 250 Elite, I fixed with no TX. Well, glad you fixed it, man, for sure. Good to know. So now let's finish up the rest of this. Absolutely, man. Amen. That's awesome, David. Everything is great. I've got 3 plastic discs in your neck, a cage and titanium plate, and back at work driving. I have the best physicians in the universe. His name is Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. Through him, everything is possible. That is awesome, man. Great to know, for sure. 134 Dock in the Foothill Smokies. 10134 Dock in the foothills of the Smokies. Awesome, man. Appreciate you, David. 134. I'm trying to make sure I get that right. 134. You said it a few times. 134 Dock. 134 Dock in the foothills of 10. I think is what you were trying to say. Pleasure, man, for sure. All right. Now, that's awesome. So, hear about somebody getting some, that was some serious stuff, having to get titanium plate in there. All right, so now we'll put some heat to this booger real quick so you guys can see it heat up. Thank you guys for liking the live on Facebook too. I do appreciate that. And if you guys don't mind on YouTube, there is a little thumbs up, I think is what you hit. I'm not really sure exactly what you hit on the live, but if you don't mind, push that. That would be nice. I don't know if it helps the YouTube video or not, but it is always appreciated. A lot of people, I said this earlier, but a lot of people like try to give me gifts and stuff like that. I had stars on Facebook for a little while, and I had, and TikTok, you can't turn off their gift stuff. I don't know if, I think I got some sort of something on YouTube I can do too. But I can't really stress this enough. I don't need any money from you guys. If you guys wanted to do me the best favor in the world, the only thing you would need to do is share these videos and like the videos. That's literally all I need you to do. Because all it does is puts it in front of more people and lets more people see them. And that's all that really matters to me. It's not really about trying to make money off videos. It's more about trying to get the videos to more people so more people can see it. I get plenty of business with working on these meters and stuff. I stay busy doing this stuff. But if I can help somebody else out, show somebody how to do something, let somebody learn. I build coaxes and stuff all the time. You guys can see me watch me build this stuff. I preheated that wire, and you can see me right here. I hold the iron to it, and I touch the solder to the source itself. On a bunch of my lives, I've taken the time to tell you guys how to solder and how to actually make these connections. If you guys enjoy that enough, we'll do that some more on some more videos in the future. But I can't do that if I don't get the videos to everybody. So you guys sharing it is absolutely crucial. So thank you very much for the ones that do. For the ones that don't and that just watch, thank you anyway for just watching. Because you guys, even the guys who just sit here and hang out and don't say anything, it does not matter. You are another view. You are another person for the algorithm. And that all that does is mean that more people's watching. So thank you regardless. So let's do another one real quick, and I'll show you guys how this one's done, and then we'll do a split feed next. Yeah, it's a pretty cool torch. It works out pretty good. So you get yourself, a lot of people want to know how fancy the torch is behind it. It is not fancy at all. It's just your simple little Burn-Zomatic right here. A lot of times they have the little torch on the top. This is a little add-on torch kit. You can get it at any Home Depot or Lowe's. It's got a flame like that, and then you can back the flame, raise the flame up like that, or back the flame off to really as short, whoops, a little too far, to really about as short as you want. So it's about as small as it'll get right there. Can't get it much smaller than that. But yeah, I usually run it somewhere in between, about like that. It's a very precise flame. It allows me to direct my heat in a very specific place, and just keeps me from having to worry about a lot of thermal overrun in other places. So what just happened? Cool, Adam. I will give you a shout back about that stuff too, for sure. 134 dot. All right, let's get back to work. We got to finish these before we can call it a night. I might call it a night early because I think I've been pretty diligent today getting stuff done, so we're doing pretty good. I've got to stop the video because I've got 1, 2, 3, at least 3 meters that I got to ship, and then I've got to, at some point in time, I've got to get some PPE going on. I've got to get something for a lot of this material. Whatever I'm cutting on that bench over there, I keep forgetting to order it, but I got to get one of those paper filter masks like the painters use, so I'm not breathing in those fumes. Not really those fumes, but those small particles as I'm grinding it down to dust. Because some of the material I'm cutting has a little bit of fiberglass in it, and I don't really want to breathe that. I found methods to not breathe it, but it's really crude, and I just need to go ahead and get me a mask. I can go to any Home Depot or Lowe's and do it. I just haven't done it yet, so I'm going to do that, and then I'll finish that up probably next week. I don't see a way I can do that this week in time while still going to the store and coming back and getting the work done. The plan was to get it done today. I might do it anyway and just do my little makeshift little mask setup. But regardless, it's not going to be on camera if I do. One, because I don't want you guys to copy it. That gum life. TikTok decided it wanted, or not TikTok, but my freaking forced me to update my phone. I think it either killed my battery or forced me to update my phone on TikTok. So you know you've been on live for a while if you went from 90% to nothing. It either went from 90% to nothing, or it just turned itself off. One or the other. I don't know which. If I went from 90% charge to nothing, that's all. that's pretty wild. Sucking the juice down. We'll see in just a second. So TikTok, I'll be back. We're not going to be able to have the better microphone on TikTok, but it'll be all right. They weren't very talkative anyway. They will hop over on Facebook if they want to find me. If not, I will be back live shortly for a little bit, not much longer, but so the only thing I got left to do on this is the split feed after I do this connector. So let's go ahead and chop this with my tool, put my safety glasses on. It says my live is paused. The host is away. Yeah, no, the host is not away. The host has 0% charge on their phone. See that? 0%. So we will we will be back shortly. I need to get that second order from you. Can I call tomorrow or Monday? Yeah, that's fine. You can call tomorrow, it's fine, or you can call Monday, whatever way works for you, David. Whenever you're ready. It don't hurt my feelings none. I'll talk to you whenever. That's a little too long. Cut it a little shorter. I wonder when I restart my live what it's going to say. If it's going to, because right now it still says my live is paused. No wonder I can't see. Safety glasses are on. Somebody needs some anti-fog safety glasses. That's something that needs to happen. I've been buying those cans of butane for my lighter torch forever. Yeah. Hey, man, for sure. Glad you watched too, for sure. These things, that's significantly nicer. Now, it does cost some money. Be fair. It's going to cost you about $70 or $80 for it. And but the propane tanks are like $10 a pop, and you will not have to continue to buy all kinds of cans of butane over and over again. So, TikTok finally just decided it wanted to cut off. I don't care about your live. Get off of that. We're not looking at no paid sponsorships. Shut up. I want to see that junk. That is some. Alright, sorry. I apologize. I was being rude. But something nasty. I don't know. It was either a joke or it was just nasty in general. Popped up on my TikTok feed. And that live. We're gonna go live on TikTok. Give me a second. Dang you. You can do it. Thank you, buddy. Go live. Bump that over there. Zoom. Boom. That should be all right there, right? Now I'll refresh over here. And click the live right there. All right. Sorry, TikTok. Everybody who was watching the TikTok earlier. It is my fault. I messed around and let my telephone die. So, is what it is. I don't know if these guys will hop back in here later or not. But for the ones that do, I had a few. You would think that I'd get the same people over and over again, but I'll get like 70 or 80, 90 people in TikTok, and it's just a bunch of randoms. Not like it's a bad thing or anything. It's just a bunch of random folks, new people. Whoever's doom scrolling at night, right? Hello, Elbro. Hello, CISO. Hello, Chicken Dinner. Waving a hand, guys. We are working on some sample line for some bird meters right here. I was live a while ago, and I messed around and let my phone die. So, you guys are the lucky viewers of the return of D-Win's RF supply. I have came back from the dead phone error. Returned from the dead. Dead battery. Fat Mikarum, hello. Hope you're doing well. Alan, Guy, James, Virginia, all you different people hopping in. Hope you guys are doing well. Matthew, Arthur, Nakia, hello. We're working on some sample line for a bird. Hello, Scott. Hello, True Gilo. Hello, Jack. Hope you guys are doing well. Ortho, Steve, Joseph, John, User, David. Jeez, man, people all over. Hello. Let me pause the video so I don't mess up my internet. But hope you guys are doing well. We're working on some coax right here. Rita, Mike. Raymond, Leo. Hello. Hope you guys are doing good. Graham, Bobby. How you doing? I'm doing good, Edward. Waving a hand, man. Hope you're doing well. Hello over there on YouTube land. Hope you're doing well over there. Got a twin, by the way. I know a guy named Justin. Press invite. Y'all can pass for twin. Copy the Justin looks like me. Well, tell him I got the better of the two good looks. Hey, hello from France. Waving a hand. Thank you for liking the live. Dina Sears, hello. Crippled, hello. Dirt, hello. Dusty, hello. Chad, Anchi, Eric, Raymond, Anthem, hello. Hope you guys on TikTok are doing good and having a good day. Some guys are tailing out the end of their night. Other guys are early in the morning. Depends on where you at, I guess. Well, I guess mid-afternoon. Hawaii right now is going to be, what is it, around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. No, it's 5 hours different, so it'd be 2 hours off here, 3 hours off that, so 11, 10, 9 o'clock in Hawaii right now, so I would assume sometime in France it's going to be around, oh goodness, I would say 6 or 7 in the afternoon. I think they're 5, 6 hours ahead in France. What time is it in France right now? Hello, Eric. Hello, Dan. Hope you guys are doing well. Yeah, good to hear you too, man, for sure. Glad you're checking out the live. I don't always recognize you guys by your YouTube username, so if you know me personally, say hello for sure. Pop your handle out there and your location. It would be pretty cool. If you don't have a handle, just pop your location or your state out there or your country, either one. It'd be pretty cool to see where everybody's out of anyway. I know we got France in there. I know we had some Michigan in there earlier. We had some California in. I don't know where else. But hello, hello. Need to get you a new iron. Yours keeps coming up unscrewed. Plastic threads are stripped. Burns on Mac. Jared. So this is Weller, is what this one is. This is the type of iron that I use. If you were to solder with it does work. You want to find a good, this is an 80 watt pencil specifically. It's still not enough heat to actually get this hot enough by itself. So I preheat with a torch and you can watch the solder wick into that joint right there. And then from there, I use the heat that I've already got on the joint to bond and wick the rest of the solder on to clean that joint up, make it look nice and pretty. So that's how that sets up. Sometimes if I get a little bit too much heat, what it does is the solder will actually wick all the way down to the next hole, and that is counterproductive for what I'm trying to do, because I'm trying to seal up the connection on every single hole and bond the shield to the body of the coax. So that's the goal that we're shooting for. And it successfully worked. We just did it. Now, you do got to be careful with how hot your iron gets, because this right here, this is microfiber, so that plastic will melt if you don't watch it. In order to check my work, what we're going to do is look at this bird meter right here. The way this, what's up, Crazy Joker, Joseph, White Shadow, Zal, Casey, Dan, Timmy, Cody, hope you guys are doing well. Surf Gravy, 808, Hawaii, hello, hello. I don't know if that's for sure Hawaii, but I assume that. Alonzo, hello. Albert, hello, hope you're doing well. So look right here, see how that tightens up, just right there. Nighthawk, BYU, waving a hand, man. Faded Belize, 401, Rhode Island, waving a hand, man, for sure. So you see how this is locked in place? That's holding it nice and tight. It doesn't have a spring on it. It's nice and connected, and it works very well. This connection right here has a spring, and the only thing that holds that center conductor is that spring. It's kind of squeezing it in place. A lot of times you'll have to wiggle it to get contact again, and I'm not a fan of this DC connector. I don't know why Bird hasn't changed it for all these years, but I chose to change it myself, along with many others who have changed the design and went to that right there. That's just a cut down PL259, works out very good, does a good job. I've got a PL on both sides. So both of these are done for two different bird meter setups. They'll be kind of like this right here, or like this right here. That's your traditional bird meters right there. These are your newer bird meters right here. This is what the original bird housing with a new meter in it looks like right here. It's got a digital housing right here. That slug is set for 100 kW slug, but you can put whatever slug you want in there. Copy the red beard. Yeah, we're something's not, that somebody said something's not right here. The hair color and the beard is different. A traditional bird is going to look like this right here. So we cover this up right here. Don't look at that in the middle. You see the analog meter. You see the regular movement down there. That's what a traditional bird looks like. The one right here is a little bit different. It also looks just like this one. If you just ignore this RF sample port right here, that's not there. This is what an old bird looks like. They've been around since the mid 40s, if not the early 40s. So long time. These new digital ones are really cool. They're a nice addition on here. Hello Toxico. Hello Cody. Hello Timmy. Waving a hand, guys. Hope you guys are doing doing well. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate all of you guys. If you guys are liking the video, feel free to tap the screen. It is appreciated because it makes more people see the video. If you guys don't know what I'm working on, feel free to ask. It does not hurt my feelings to explain this stuff. We're working on some RF equipment over here. We're going to go ahead, and that's a little hot. Got to watch my elbow over there. If anybody's ever dealt with a double braid, either in hair or in anything else, you're about to see what I'm about to have to do here in just a second. And you're going to say that was blatantly obvious, but it took me quite a while to figure out the best method to do it. If I have any ladies in here, they will tell me that I'm dumb and I should have known that a long time ago. If anybody else has ever dealt with double braids, then they would say the same. But this is what I figured out. So I was picking these things. Thank you. Yeah, I know it's like a messed up NMO. So normally I was picking like this. I was trying to grab, it's 2 braids on top of one another. So if you wanted to see it, I can see, watch me pull this braid back. See how I get this braid pushed back and there's a whole other braid up underneath. So I was trying to figure out how to pick these apart, telling everybody to be nice and patient, just work with it. It'll work for whatever. It's not a big deal. It just as long as you're patient, it'll work. Forget that. Get a freaking pick, man. just pull the thing off. Let me zoom in real quick on Facebook so you guys can see what we're doing. I think I'm zoomed in on TikTok. Yeah, I'm zooming in close enough on TikTok. But yeah, just get a freaking pick. So anybody who's ever dealt with a double braid before or any sort of thick, tight braids, they would say, yeah, duh, you need to use a pick. But me, I don't have braided hair, so I don't really know these things. The tightest braid I've ever dealt with is somebody having a French braid, so it's not very difficult to deal with. Hey, thanks for the follow, Paul. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for tapping the screen, guys. You guys are awesome. I appreciate y'all. I don't see anybody on YouTube land. I think we got a bunch of still a decent amount of people in YouTube hanging out. Hope you guys are doing well over there too. TikTok, if you guys are confused, like I said, we're working on some coax. We're trying to figure out how to pick this thing apart. My whole bench just glitched out, so hopefully I didn't lose my Facebook video. No, we're good. I don't know what that glitch was. Hey, we're good. It might kick out the camera in just a minute. If it does, then I'll fix it and we'll get it back. But this time TikTok will be just fine. Facebook and YouTube will be the one that gets knocked out. Really, it's Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and X. I have X. I don't know why I have X. I have like 2 people on X. But for some reason, I do have X. Same business name, D-Wins RF Supply. All right. One of these days, I'll get some more guys over there. All right. Needless to say, just so you guys can see, we're separating all this. We're building a split feed. So the way we do it is we pull this braid all the way back. We separate each side of the braid and we pull it all together and wrap her up. This is going to be, this wire is actually a little bit extra special there, DTAP. So this is actually silver plated copper. So this is commonly used in aeronautics and aviation. So this is a fluoropolymer. So it has a very low friction coefficient. It has a very high temperature handling or temperature range that it can handle, very low and very high, all the way up to 500 degrees on the exterior of the jacket. So I could take a torch like this and actually heat up the jacket of the wire, and it's not too hot to touch for one, and also it doesn't burn through. So very, very cool for what it's capable of. Let's grab some parts real quick. Let's finish this split feed up. Yeah, I've got some RG393 over here too, which is a much bigger version of that too. But yeah, this is yes, and it's not just a silver plated braid, it's a double braided jacket too. The center conductor is silver plated copper also. The center dielectric is polytetrafluoroethylene, which is PTFE Teflon. The exterior jacket's FEP, which is fluorinated ethylene propylene. I need to get, where's my bit set? Oh, it's right here. I was looking for this right here. So I've got, this customer owns a digital bird right here. So this digital meter right here, if you guys have not seen them already, plug the booger up and she looks like that. So you can set your elements right here If you wanted to set a big fancy element, you can go all the way up. Let's go to the biggest element I've ever seen before. That's going to be a 250 kW element. You could use the element, change the microampere to 100 microampere, and now it's set for 250,000 watts. It can do 2 times and 4 times, so it can read up to 1,000,000 watts. You want to go to the smallest element I've ever seen. I think I have some that are, I'm pretty sure, they're either 100, I think they're 100 milliwatts. So I can go down here to 100 milliwatts, and I can set the microampere to 30 microampere, and I can use that right there. And now I am checking 100 milliwatts right there. So pretty cool little meter, does all kinds of stuff. But what we're working on is the back right here. We're building a split feed to be able to go to this. So I need one of these. Let's check and see if that's big enough. That is not, that is too small. I'm gonna go to the next size up, which is gonna be this one right here. That one works, that fits. Now I need to get another one of these right here. That fits right there. I need another one there, and then another one there. So the size of the size and the gauge of the wire on each one of these is going to be the same size because I'm doing 2 wires that are identical. So I'm just putting these 2 pieces over here off to the side. What I'm going to do also is something a little unique. You guys might get confused, but it's nothing super special. All I'm going to do is get a hold of the back of this plastic and just pull it off, because it's not needed for this application. All right, so let's do the same thing with the blue one right here. Only times I ever played with stuff was copper oxidation, marine. So now this is going to be used a lot of times for aerospace, for used up in space, and a lot of times used in it's used a bunch in aircraft and aviation. So in aviation, you have a lot of expansion and contraction. In space, you have need for a very, very noble metal. So noble metals are metals that do not react with other metals too often and do not oxidize very easily. They're very, very inert the way they work. So benefit for doing silver is silver oxide. For one, if silver ever did oxidize, silver oxide is just as conductive as silver itself. So it eliminates any sort of oxidation concerns. So that is one major benefit of silver plated. A lot of times in space they'll use gold plated connections too. And that's mainly for heat conductivity and again for the metal to not be affected and oxidize. Gold's going to be very, very resilient to that. So that's why you see a lot of gold-plated contacts. Silver-plated is for conductivity. It's good for RF path equipment. Gold is not your best electrical conductor. It is your best heat conductor. Let me zoom out real quick on this Facebook video so you guys can see what I'm doing on the split feed. I wonder if you guys can see. Yeah, you guys can see everything on TikTok. We're good. Facebook, I was neglecting them a little bit. We're good now, though. So again, lots of different reasons, but that is silver is your best electrical conductor. It is 105% more conductive than copper, which is not a major amount. You're talking only 5%, but that's enough to make a difference. So let's get my camera back on this thing right here. It got off on me for some reason. Thank you, buddy. You can come back. You guys on TikTok don't get to see my little fancy little camera. I think it has been nicknamed Rover. Rover, the little webcam, face cam, whatever you want to call it. Rover face cam. That's not its actual name. That's just a nickname. But it's my little follow-through camera. If you guys get on Facebook and stuff, you'll see me zoom in and it zooms out. I'll back off and it zooms in, go to the left, and it follows me around. So you guys on TikTok probably think I'm nuts, but if you go see the Facebook video or the YouTube video, either one, you'll see what I'm talking about. All right. Or the X video. There is an X video that's the same. I don't think the quality is as high. Somebody told me that. Oh yeah, silver can be a magical metal. Yeah, for sure. So this right here is used for an RF meter. So what I showed you earlier was a digital meter for a replacement meter for basically a 1940s RF watt meter. So that watt meter can be used to measure RF power at pretty much any frequency. So we can go all the way up to the gigahertz range. We can measure your Wi-Fi router and see how many watts it's putting out. We can measure all the way down on the low end of the frequency on your AM broadcast signal, like your AM FM radio. We can measure that AM signal that's coming into your that's coming out of the tower over there, and we can measure and see how many watts that's produced off of that. We can measure your FM radio signal, what's coming in on your FM radio. I have different elements that are good for different frequencies. So pretty much anything on any part of the RF frequency, I can measure it with this meter. It's good for multiple other reasons too, but yeah, it's pretty cool. High dollar stuff, copy that for sure. Yes, RG400 is good. Yeah, it's RG400 is what it is. Yeah, cool. Yeah, for sure. It works out good for a lot of LDMOS stuff. I've got some LDMOS over there. Actually, a couple different LDMOS setups for. Have you talked to the orbiting space station around the moon and Marcus building? I have not talked to the moon, but I know many people who have. I actually have many of my customers who have done what's called EME, which is called moon bounce. So what they do is they literally will set up a Yagi, or a directional array of antennas, that highly focus the signal towards one specific direction, and they literally will bounce off of the moon back somewhere else on the globe, and they'll use that to long distance communicate. They call it moon bounce. It's very, very neat. Copy the, yep, the certificate and the patch. All right, so now I have made a mistake. Not a majorly large mistake, but enough of a mistake to get myself irritated. So this end is a little large. Why does it keep glitching up? What's going on here? All right, we're good there. Sorry, we're having some computer weird bit glitches and stuff. We're good though. Everything's fine. I'm still seeing comments.